Money now and a lot more when I get in that office. I can take that to the bank.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank. Alright, let's get down to the fucking nitty gritty here. I'm gonna take these off right away because I don't know how Seagal can use these sort of night vision goggles, glasses, but makes everything look like piss yellow. It's weird for my eyes. So, but yeah, that was my little tribute to Sifu, as he is wearing all those, piss yellow glasses in his films. Anyway, welcome one and all. Hope you're all doing well to this Steven Seagal ranking. All of his films, literally all of his films, where he's the main star again. You know the rules by now, no cameos, so no film like Clementine will be mentioned here, although I've seen that piece of shit. But just the ones where he has a significant to, of course, a starring role. So also, honorable mention after that, and this Steven Seagal said right here, you have the film Executive Decision. That will also not be on the ranking, although obviously I do have that film. But yeah, not even Kurt Russell and Halle Berry could have saved that one. So it's not a great film. Anyway, let's get through a few comments before we kick off the ranking. Stacy is here. Acres of Movies. Hello and thanks. Was watching solo ranking video again. Yes, I saw your comments pop up. I'm yet to respond to them obviously, but yes, thank you so much for watching that. Thanks for tuning in right here. Also watching Hard to Kill and Marked for Death next. So fun to rewatch. They pump me up. Oh yeah, both of those films will definitely get mentions today. Spoilers very high. So thank you for tuning in, Stacy. To the blood bank, indeed. Good evening, Mr. Myers. Good evening, Bob McCall. And good evening, Gareth. Yes, this one is going to hurt, especially once we get to this film, which will not be long. Oh, thank you so much, Stacy. Seagal had been an 80s villain. Would you have liked to have seen him in Commando or Raw Deal more? Both got great villains. I don't see Seagal as a villain. Maybe in Raw Deal. Although again, it's pretty great villains in there. But I definitely cannot see him take the place of the great Vernon Wells, or even Robert Davi in Raw Deal, which is But maybe there could have been a villain role for him, maybe a henchman in Raw Deal. Seagal's favorite card game has to be Snap. Yes. I both love it, and I always wince when he breaks an arm in films. I love it, but I don't know, the sound effect they add to it is just yes. I tried to anyway. Well, let me put the Sifu goggles on again in case anybody missed it. You got to do the big exhale, which is what he always does in his films. Can't do all Seagal films. Evening, a countdown, but you have my sympathies. Yes, thank you very much. I will need it. I will need all the support I can get. The Mongol eyes are different, yes. All of his films come in dead last. Well, especially one that has already been mentioned. But anyway, good evening, Al. We probably saw Raw Deal. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, a bit of a gangster thing going on, indeed. Which shopkeeper do you prefer, the one in Hard to Kill to get shot or the Asian shopkeeper in Glimmerman? I actually prefer the shopkeeper in Above the Law, Nico. No, not my store. They tell me, come to America, that guy, when Seagal is trashing around the store, and he's like, no, not my store, no. But I do also like the one in Hard to Kill as well, you know. I'd be great in a porno, huh? Seagal would have loved those jelly beans in Raw Deal's last scene. Yes, he would have. Anyway, before we kick off on this list, a word from today's, or one of the sponsors for today.
Give me the money. Come on. Get that. Right there. Get it. Come on. Go. No. You're stay. Give me that.
Oh, sorry, man. You okay? Oh, I feel terrible. How much will
Oh,
that...
no, it's on me, sir.
Thank you very much. I bet you'd like an autograph, huh?
Whatever.
Yeah. I can't believe it's me either.
I do love that ad. We have another one coming up later on in the intermission, but yeah, I do like that one. Yes, it is pretty funny. I especially love that. I mean, that's so him to say, I can't believe it's me either. Like, I imagine that was not in the script. I imagine that was just him saying that, you know, ad-libbing. Tried watching Sniper's Ghost Op. Oh, Special Ops, yes. Last night, so slow and fall asleep. Yes, it's boring. However, not the worst, as you will soon find out. When he starts talking about the Oscars and Hard to Kill and they play the telecast, it's interesting. Maybe he wanted to get nominated for Above the Law. Yes, Seagal did write that script, so you could be right there. Attrition is really good for a later Seagal film. Yes, that is actually one I do like. Also, The Shopkeeper's Killed and On the Drive Home, light jazz music, a nice evening, the shopkeeper death, whatever. Yeah, don't let it ruin the evening. Yeah. Anyway, let's kick off the list with the absolute worst Steven Seagal film. I think Michael Myers knows what's coming up. I think Bob McCall knows what's coming up. I think even Gareth Video Tasties knows what's coming up. But the absolute worst Steven Seagal film, again, I've prepared my list. I put up a little Out for Justice poster right there. Still have to rotate the other Van Damme posters I put up last night. But this one is from 2006. Straight to video film, naturally. It is a action sci-fi thriller. It has a 2.7 on IMDb. It is directed by Michael Koish, or yeah, let's go with that, Koish. I give it a 1. That's only because, again, IMDb doesn't allow half-star ratings. Otherwise, this would have gotten a half-star or even a 0. Up until I saw Expendables 4, I would have considered this the worst film ever made, or the worst film I've ever seen. But Expendables 4 has taken up that moniker, so I would take this over Expendables 4, but it's not an easy choice. I'd rather not have both, or any of them, you know. This is 2006's Attack Force, which is the absolute worst Steven Seagal film of all time. I have the DVD of it, which luckily this was only like €2 or €3, which is still, I would say, €2.50 too much. Well, even for 10 cents, I would not have bought this actually. But to complete the collection, here it is. Yeah, constant dubbing, constant doubles. Even the dubbing in some Seagal films are bad. This one is literally mid-sentence. Like Seagal is delivering dialogue, and mid-sentence is a different voice that kicks in, delivering different dialogue than what he's actually saying on set. It is awful, absolutely awful. I mean, look at this fucking cover. This is 2006. This is definitely not the way Seagal looked in 2006. Look how that Photoshop is done. It's not good at all. And he never uses these guns. He never dresses like this in the film. Just the cover alone for it pisses me the hell off. But yeah, Attack Force, the absolute worst. Avoid this one at all costs. Seriously, take that from me. Avoid it. Avoid it like the plague. Attrition was his last good film. I do agree with that. It's the last one that was watchable. Shame it got such crap distribution. Don't think it even came out in the UK. That's interesting. Yeah, it didn't come out in the Netherlands either. And the Netherlands usually love Seagal. Like, all of his stuff is available here on DVD and Blu-ray, but I had to get the German Blu-ray for Attrition. So, did watch On Deadly Ground a few nights. Yes, that one I can safely say pretty much his 90s work will be the top 10. Yes, so On Deadly Ground will be high. Yes, Michael Myers definitely knew it. It's Attack Force. Nice to see Paris. I mean, Romania. Yes, most of his films are shot in Eastern Europe. Romania, Bulgaria, yeah. Someone didn't like Attack Force. The DVD cover looks like it has a punch mark in the middle. Yeah, that might have been me. It might have been me. Hey, Yanya Macero. What's up, Jeff? Seagal. Hope you're well. Well, having all you nice folks here does alleviate the pain, or what the expression is. So yes, Dark Force has a concrete statue that wobbles like paper in the wind. Yes, it is terrible. Cheap special effects, like, oh my god, it's god awful. It's god awful. You know when a Seagal film is going to be bad when British soap stars are in the film. Attack Force is one and Submerge is another. Yes, but there's one that I like even less than Submerge, but a little bit than Attack Force. So let's get to the number 47. By the way, this is a 48 films in total. So Attack Force was 48. At number 47, we have a film from 2008, directed by Jeff King. Now, his name is Jeff and his last name is King, so good for him. I'm the king, but especially judging by his work on this trashy film. This one has a 3.8 on IMDb. What's wrong with these people? This is way too high. It's 2008's atrocious Kill Switch. Yeah, I think this one, I can take it over Attack Force, but it's a very small margin. Another awful one. Seagal's a cop. He's usually that, or an ex-whatever, or an ex-cop, or an ex-CIA agent. That's always his thing. Ex-mobster, or whatever. Cop, I think it's supposed to take place in New Orleans or whatever, although it's clear that it's not actually really filmed there. Seagal has a Cajun accent going on. That's another thing. Seagal always tries accents and nationalities. He always thinks he's Asian or black or from the South and stuff. This one he thinks he's Cajun. He's from the South again, so he has a Southern drawl. God awful dubbing once again. This one, the editing is the biggest thing that is disturbing. I mean, other than the other usual Seagal shenanigans, it's the editing in this one that really, really puts this down. I think I've shown a clip of this when I did my full Seagal collection. Here's the my DVD of it, by the way, which again, they make him look like he's younger and thinner, which he definitely is not. I mean, you can see in the back how he really looks in the film. It's awful. The opening of the film shows a guy flying out of a window 16 times. They play it back 16 times before he actually hits the ground. It's like, I don't need to see it that often, guys. So, I hope Fulton College builds a statue for our pal Seagal. I don't think there's going to be any statue from anywhere except for maybe Russia. But not in the Western countries. Yes, Shadowman has the guy from the UK soap opera EastEnders who bullied Lil Mo. Well, I don't know too much about the UK soap, so obviously you guys will know those guys. You will know more about that than me. Steven Seagal, oh dear, not a fan of him. Only seen 5 of his films. Above the Law, Submerge. Well, there you go. That's the problem. Submerge is not a great film. And Under Siege, don't mind him, to be honest. You don't mind Submerge? Well, you're alone, because coincidentally, let's just move right along. At number 46, we have that film, Submerged. This one is from, what is it, 2005. Action thriller, 3.7 on IMDb. Anthony Hickox directed this one. Yeah, Submerged. I give it a freaking one star. Yeah, another awful one, constant dubbing. Although I have to say, this time it's not really the filmmaker's fault. This is all on Seagal, because this was originally supposed to be, and here's my DVD, by the way. This was originally supposed to be a creature feature on a submarine. Like, you know, pretty much Alien on a submarine, or, you know, The Thing on a submarine. And Seagal read that script. He agreed to that script. He loved the script. He wanted to do it. Then a week before shooting started, he called up the director and it's like, hey, man, I really don't want to do that script. I want to change the script. So they had to make very, very last minute changes. And it resulted in a fucking piss poor film. So, yeah, Submerged, terrible, hate it. Not a great film at all. Ah, but Stacy is a Kill Switch fan. Well, yeah, the ending is another part that I don't really like. But yeah, Kill Switch, yeah. I think Michael Myers has a soft spot for it. But nah, not for me. Not for me at all. I do feel sorry for you reviewing all of his films. I think we should all give you a virtual hug. Yes, bring it in. That is a good scene, but again, it's a shame because you see Seagal's double and stuff, and it's the dubbing, yeah, and the editing. If they just had edited that, you know, if the editing was normal in that scene, it would have been the best scene. But Kill Switch was apparently originally much better in its first. That's another film that is, yeah, it had a different original vision for it. Got annihilated into the choppy mess that we now know. Yes, definitely. The window scene is awful. We don't need to replay 6 times going through it. Yeah, I've counted. It's 16. It's literally 16 times that you see the guy fly out the window. So, yeah. Speaking of UK telesoaps and films, many English telesoaps actors are in Van Damme films. Emmerdale, EastEnders, Coronation Street, and Green Grass are in some JCVD films. I did not know that either. That is actually one he has not tried yet, a Cockney accent. Yes. But I wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past him. He has done a Russian accent, which we'll be getting to in a later film. There was an early work print version called A Higher Form of Learning, which doesn't have all the hard editing. And that's a way too long of a title for a Seagal film. That's why Out for Justice got retitled as well. Out for Justice originally was The Price of Our Blood, which I do like that title. It would have been a cool title for Out for Justice. But Warner Brothers wanted a typical 3-word Seagal title, so statue of a horsebanger, Putin and horsebanger Russia. Yes, that would probably be a realistic option if we're talking about statues of Seagal. Statue in Aikido Center. Yes, he's opening up his own dojo in Russia or something. Yeah. I enjoy some of these car crash ones more than later ones like Contract to Kill. Oh yes, we'll be getting to that one soon as well. It was boring, and I do agree. Submerged is a bizarre film. Yes, it does have Gary Daniels in it, as we discussed last night. Well, it was brought up last night anyway. Main thing I don't like about Seagal is the lies, mostly on Bruce Lee stuff. Yes, he supposedly met Bruce Lee and stuff, right? Which has pretty much been proven that that's impossible that he did. So his bullying and that he can't act, use all the stunt doubles and his running. When he runs, when he was able to still run, that is, yeah. Submerged at least had a few good practical stunts. What's his name from Aliens? And Little John from Prince of Thieves. I did forget about that, but like I said, it's a pretty fucking forgettable film. Or I'd like to forget it anyway. Let's put it that way. Yeah, 16 times in case you forgot what happens. In case you don't realize that the guy is flying through the window. Seagal, yeah, he said he's good friends with Bruce Lee. His son was the same as Brandon's, which has all been, debunked. So it's all impossible. Yes, he does lie quite a bit, and he likes to talk about himself. Black Dawn and Flight of Fury soon. Those two I actually don't mind as much, so it will we still have a lot of dumpster fires to go before we get to those. But yeah. Hey, Savoy, Dave is here. Hey, Dave. And here we go. Yes. Some hilarious miniature airplanes too. Yes. Let's move on to number 45. This one is from 2003. It is 2003. It has a 3.4 on IMDb. Once again, action thriller. Directed by Michael Oblowitz, who I think directed one or two more. I could be wrong, but it is 2003's dumpster fire. Boring, bland, forgettable, awful. The Foreigner. Give me the Jackie Chan, Pierce Brosnan, The Foreigner any day over this one, that's for sure. I even like the sequel better than this one, Black Dawn, which, of all the Seagal films, The Foreigner got a sequel. I do like Black Dawn, which is The Foreigner to this, way more than this original one. And yeah, there's sadly the DVD of it. When I first saw this, I liked it. I didn't get the plot, and I still to this day don't get the plot. The plot is very convoluted. I mean, this is way too complicated for a Seagal film. Awful stunt doubles once again, a lot of dubbing, cheap special effects and stuff. Obviously filmed in Eastern Europe once again. It's awful. Not a very bland, very forgettable. That's pretty much the what I give. And again, that's a 1 star, 1 star out of 10 for me. Many say Aikido doesn't work. I actually used to do Aikido. It's Japanese. It is. Yes, I actually did a bit of Aikido myself back in the day because I was so. As a kid, this guy was a hero to me as a kid. You know, boy, how he slapped me down. But he was a hero when I was a kid. So, and I took up Aikido because I thought he looked cool doing it. So. Yeah, use your opponent's momentum against him. It does work. A lot of it are exaggerated. Yes, those demonstrations that he's, yeah, definitely. The Foreigner was one, that's one of his films I rented, is what Dave says. Yes. For you. Yeah, The Foreigner is kind of off. It took me a few watches. So I still don't understand the plot. Yeah. Foreigner is Bob McCall's least favorite. Yes, like I said, it's definitely belonging pretty much down at the bottom of the barrel. Let's move swiftly along. I want to get to the great ones as quick as possible, or at least the decent ones. I want to get out of this crappy territory. Next up is Seagal's penultimate film so far from 2019, directed by Philippe Martinez and Ross W. Clarkson. Now, Philippe Martinez did Wake of Death with Van Damme, which is a fantastic film. Then now we made this piece of shit. And Ross W. Clarkson actually last year did, he was the director of The Last Kumite, which I really like The Last Kumite. But this one I do not like. Again, it has a 3.1 IMDb. I don't know how. I give it a 1 once again. It is 2019's General Commander, which there's not even action in this one. Like, you watch Seagal for action, there's barely action in this one. This is like a talkative film. Seagal is barely in it, even though again you have to put his fat face on the cover with his donut goatee thingy. Yeah, this one I cannot stand. At least it has good production value. Like this, the cinematography is decent in this one. That's why it's over the previous mentioned films. But oh my god, this is bland and forgettable. Oh my god, it's I could not even sit through that the first time. I had to try it again with that one, sadly. Sadly, I wish I didn't try again, but I like this one too. So far, the ones I like, I will leave the symbol instead of saying I like it again. What's that, a tree? It looks like a tree, okay. And I guess that was for The Foreigner, and this one is for General Commander. Yes, I have been doing it. Have been having a good day. And I will be having a good day once we get past the crappy Steven Seagals again. So yeah. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, Andy. Always good to see you. The Last of Us films. There you go. There you go. The Foreigner was the Last of Us films that Dave rented. He's not really a great guy in The Foreigner. He gets an innocent guy killed by setting him up. So the assassin thinks the same. Yes, there's an assassin who wears the same sort of black leather coat and also coincidentally has a ponytail, which in that era Seagal still had a ponytail. Hey, Mike. How you doing, buddy? At my old Aikido dojo, we also train with Joe Wooden Stick and Bokan Wooden Sword. Hope I pronounced that correctly. But the demonstrations where they tap and go flying is shite. Bullshit. Why is he in no movies recently? Well, I would say it's for the better, but I think maybe it's because, well, everybody's onto him now. Nobody likes him too much anymore. Producers won't put up money, I think, for his films anymore. And plus, he's in Russia. People don't like Russia nowadays, obviously, and he's friends with Putin, and that's obviously something people like even less. So yeah, General Commander is, I think it was originally a pilot for TVs. Imagine a TV series out of that. Yes, that would have been the worst TV series ever. But yeah. Hey, Sean is here. How's it going, Sean? There's beard and glasses happen at the same time. Well, the first one where that happened was Force of Execution. That was the first one where he had the goatee, and that's when he started wearing the piss yellow glasses, the night vision glasses. Yeah. So around 2013 is where that happened. Yes, hello, Sean. It is the Seagal discussion tonight. All of Seagal's films, indeed. Even though I've only seen a handful of Seagal films, which I won't watch anymore, it's funny how he gets older and fatter, his scenes get sped up, and his stunt guy is much, much slimmer. Yes. And he does fighting sitting down nowadays. He doesn't even get up to do fight scenes. Yeah. Like I said, he was a hero of mine when I was a kid, so. There's a scene in General Commander where he dubs his own voice. Yes, and it's worse than when someone else. Yeah, it does not match at all. Like he doesn't even know how to read lips. I will say a Renegade Justice and Into the Sun are in my top 10. They're close to the top 10. They're the best, two of the best straight-to-video films. That's for sure. I would never put it in the top 10 instead of a film like Glimmer Man or Fire on Below. Let's put it that way. People call him General Commander on the phone. Yeah, General Commander is not good. It's a shame The Awful Beyond the Law will probably be his last. Yes, that is to date his last film. Maybe Russia's making movies with him that no one sees, but they're in nation's inner circles. Hey, that wouldn't surprise me. That would not surprise me. He does answer a phone call with the words, "Hey, you motherfucker." Yes, that was a bit that actually did make me chuckle. You won't watch his movies from 1989. I will watch those. Those I can watch any day. 88 to 97, that's the best era. Those are the best films. And if that is how you feel, probably not the best place to be where his movies will be praised. Oh no, that was to I think to Yam Yam. Yeah, because I was gonna say I like those movies, the 90s ones. Top 10 Seagal movies: Marked for Death, Out for Justice, The Foreigner. I just had that as one of my least favorites. Black Dawn, On Deadly Ground, Under Siege, The Glimmer Man, Fired on Below, Renegade Justice. That is a solid top 10, except for The Foreigner. But hey, to each their own, of course. I have a test for you. Close your eyes and picture a speaking scene from The Godfather with Vito Corleone. Picture Steven Seagal when thinking the scenes in the air. Seagal sounds like Vito Corleone. I think he tries to be a little Marlon Brando-esque, especially in one film that will not be mentioned today, thank God. In Got Shot Straight from 2016, I guess. He really has a Godfather vibe going on right there. He definitely tries to be Brando-esque. And I'm emphasizing the word tries, by the way. Agreed, 88 to 97 are the best years. Yes, that's definitely the golden era. And I do agree. If we take a look at both careers, the longevity is definitely on Van Damme's side. That's for sure. So I will take Van Damme over Seagal. Some genuinely good acting from Nico. Yes, he died in his first 5 films. He actually still gave an effort, right? So, what do you guys think of Steven Seagal? Yes, I think everybody is speaking their opinions right now, so let's find out. Yes, that is the awesome era. 400 in the top 10, yes, I was going to say. Okay, so before the next one, or before the next few comments, let's just swiftly move along to number 43, which is, again, one of the later Seagal films, shockingly. This one has a 2.9 IMDb. It's from 2016. He did like 7 films in that year. All of them are pretty terrible. Action sci-fi thriller directed by Titus Pear. I give this one a 2. This one is slightly better than all the other dumpster fires we just mentioned. This one is The Perfect Weapon. Seagal plays the director. Seagal pretty much plays like the villain, but then he's not the villain. And oh, shockingly, he is the villain. And he has twins. Like there's 2 Seagals pretty much in this film. He plays twins. That is a plot twist, by the way. But I don't think anybody will care about spoilers for a freaking Seagal film. Honestly, I just saved you watching the film because that's literally how it ends. It's like Seagal dies, but then oh no, he has a double. He's still alive. Film ends. So. I like this one just a tad more than the previous ones we just mentioned. Mainly because Seagal is not in it all too often, and you do have some good actors in there, including the great Vernon Wells. Bennett from Commando is in this one. The bad guy from Kindergarten Cop is in this one. But yeah, Perfect Weapon. Kind of Blade Runner-esque, but then a very poor man's version of Blade Runner. And I'm not the biggest Blade Runner fan myself, but I would take Blade Runner 10 times over this film, that's for sure. But yeah, The Perfect Weapon, yeah, not great. Let's see. Yes, Yam Yam is here for support. That's right. The movie executive said he was hated by Coppola, especially John Leguizamo. He still hates him to this day. In the former, he does a Dark Angel and kills a guy with a CD. I actually forgot about that, but you are correct. Yes, give me Dark Angel over Foreigner any day. He was in an episode or one of the shows of Saturday Night Live. That is correct. SNL would like you to forget it, but he definitely was. I choose Seagal over Van Damme, but both are great. Seagal has way better films and performances in 88 to 97 era. If we were just talking about that era, Seagal would maybe edge it out, but like I said, just taking a look at all, all eras, it's JCVD all day. Thank you, thank you, Yam Yam. I do appreciate it. Weirdly quite liked The Perfect Weapon, was just grateful it was something different and liked the music. That's why it's over the other ones we just mentioned, but again, there's just others I would put over this, obviously. I think this is in reference to The Perfect Weapon. Stacy is saying that the movie confused her. It definitely is a bit confusing. And he has a crime, vision, and lawman life series. Yes. Again, TV stuff will also not be making the list, but I actually do like Lawman for a good guilty pleasure. I do like that show. Yes, and when it comes to The Perfect Weapon, give me the Jeff Speakman Perfect Weapon film any day. I wanted to say that, actually, I forgot, but the blonde girl in it was also hot. Was that in Perfect Weapon? I forgot about her, but yeah. Poor man's Blade Runner, yes it is. And welcome, Larry. Great to see Vernon Wells and the baddie from Kindergarten Cop. Yes, yes, my mate Vernon. He got the pleasure of speaking to him, thanks to Gareth. And definitely don't call him Mr. Wells, call him Vernon. I do love Steven Seagal, especially his earlier films. Yes, but every interview I watch, he always seems to make an incredible claim about his life. He does do that. Well, actually, no, he doesn't. Seagal is a very, very humble man. He's a very humble man. He has no ego.
I don't like to really talk too much about myself, but...
Had to put that one in there. Yeah. There's a funny bit when they CGI is... Yes. Oh my god, that was awful. I forgot about that. That was awful. I will put the majority of Van Damme films over. Yes. I agree. The Seagal films, you're not stuck on would you actually watch them again, or are the films you watch every now and then? The bottom 10 or 20, the bottom 10 anyway, they might be like punishment watch parties in the future. Like if I get to 1,000 subs, I will do a terrible Seagal film or something like that. Maybe just to give you guys some entertainment, but I will not watch it out of free will. Hey, this is my my buddy here, right from work, or my previous co-worker anyway. Seagal got the best Mountain Dew commercial. We have played that earlier, buddy, and I might play it again later on. But yes, that Mountain Dew commercial is fantastic. Bad guys from Commando and Kindergarten Cop together last. Yes, indeed. Van Damme over Seagal any day. 100% for me, yeah. Again, if we're just talking that era, it will be a tougher competition, but still, like I said, it's... Yes, Machete is one that will be mentioned, actually, yes. Let's see. Let's do this Jeff Speakman one before we go to the next pick. Jeff Speakman underrated, need big budget action films. Yes, I do agree. Anyway, let's go to the next one. This was number 43. Let's go to number 42. Another one from 2016. Like I said, he did like 7 films in this year alone. Directed by Keanu Waxman. This is the first Keanu Waxman film to make the list right here. He did like 7 or 8 films with this director. All of them are pretty mediocre. 1 or 2 that I do like quite a bit, but not this one. This one again, he's barely in it. It's Cartels, aka Killing Salazar from 2016. This one has a 3.7 amazingly on IMDb. I give it a 2. Yeah, not a good one. Like I said, it's also known as Killing Salazar, which is the title on my Blu-ray. Yes, this is another one from 2016 where he's wearing those, yellow glasses and he has the donut goatee going on. Yeah. Oh my god. At least my goatee is better, and I look better with those glasses on. Even if I do say so myself. I'm kidding, obviously, but yeah, it's awful. What can I say? This is another awful one. There's a fight scene with George St. Pierre in this one. George St. Pierre versus Steven Seagal. Seagal actually does take a hit, surprisingly. Like, this is pretty late into his career. This is pretty much the point where he never took hits. He took a hit from George St. Pierre in this one. So at least that was kind of, different. A little variation, him taking a hit for once. But even that couldn't save the film. It was, yeah, better than the ones, again, mentioned previously, but not all too much. Where were we? Oh, the Just Speakman comment. Yes, he did refuse to be in The Expendables, yes. Even though you've not mentioned your favorite Seagal film, which would you choose your 5? But which would you choose? Your 5 favorite Van Damme? Oh. Well, my 5 favorite Van Damme films are Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Hard Target, Double Impact. I Know Where to Run. It's hard to compete with those 5. I might get back to that at the end of the stream once I reveal the top 5 Seagal. Yes, that was cool when I had a call with Garrett and Vernon Wells. Yes, that was a pretty great interview. And Vernon was a pretty nice guy. After he corrected me. Seagal is quite humble most of it. Just a shame the bad ones are the ones always to be seen on YouTube. Well, there are a few where he pretends to be humble, let's put it that way. Punishment watch parties, yes. That is what they will be. Are you ranking the True Justice series? In the UK, we got the series made of films. That is how they are here, but I still count them as TV stuff, so no. No True Justice on this one. But they also appear in sort of like TV movie form right here. I saw Scott Adkins interview Steven Seagal, and Steven said none of his fight scenes have ever been sped up. Can I laugh in your face, as Steven Seagal would say? Would love to see a Seagal villain ranking list. So many great ones. Kane, William Sandler. Basil Wallace probably is my favorite. Even though I love William Forsythe as Richie. I love Screwface. I love me some Screwface. Especially his quotes. Use that dog chasing a bone, but you have no teeth. I love Screwface. Before he was my second favorite actor. Nowadays he's probably just number 10. Yes, he's definitely gone down for me as well over the last few years. I say this, though, even though I'm not a Seagal fan, I'm surprised he didn't appear in any... Well, he refused. He refused. His ego would not allow it. I always say the only thing bigger than his gut is his ego. So the UK releases of True Justice were craftily made to look like movies. Yes, they did the same thing with Walker Texas Ranger on VHS. Yeah. Richie, William Forsythe, he did Bobby Lupo. Anybody seen Richie? Okay, well, since you asked for it, I do have that clip for you. I know Stacy likes that clip, so.
Anybody seen Richie? Fuck you. Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
There you go, Stacy. Put that up for you. I do like Machete, but not a Danny Trejo fan. I do really like the film. Nonsense, and non-stop action. So much fun. Yes, I like Machete a lot. Was that Killing Salazar? Yeah, Walker Texas Ranger is great. I don't think Seagal actually watches many of his own films, especially his direct-to-video ones. It's pretty likely he doesn't know just how crappy some of them. I think he knows. He wrote some of them, you know, or most of them. GSP is a great mixed martial artist. My favorite from the UFC. I do like GSP, yes. Cartels was pretty bad. I think the shot where he takes it was a double. You could actually be right there, but still, he still took a hit. Like Seagal's character took a hit. Like if it's him or not, if it's double, he still took a hit. You know, Taker is okay, but not really anything more than that. It's just okay. Half Past That is cool. Well, I have a soft spot for it. It's better than most of this trash. Seagal gets hit in another film. Can you remember it? No cheating. Glimmerman. Nico. He has a bloody nose in Nico. He got shot in Honor Siege 2. He takes a few hits from Screwface and Mark for Death. So yeah, I can think of a few instances. Yeah, there you go. Would like to see a pay breakdown, movie by movie, early era. Then years where he makes 5 or 6 films a year. The rates. Oh yes, his salary. Yes, okay, yeah. No Honor Siege 2 pay, and some of them. Yeah, Honor Siege 2, actually, one of his conditions was, of course, that he was going to direct his own film, On Deadly Ground. Have you seen the Viking Samurai video about Seagal in '69? I've seen a few of his videos about Seagal. I think he dropped one recently, which I haven't checked out yet. In the '70s, yeah. Wealth of '90s WB information. Oh, Warner Bros. Okay. Anyway, let's just swiftly move on once again onto the next one before returning to the comments. We're still in the 40s here. Number 41, again, 2016, awful film. I think this is another Keanu Waxman film. It is. This one actually put me off on Seagal in 2016 when I bought this DVD. This one put me off until 2 years ago. That's when I completed my Seagal collection. So this one really pissed me off a lot. And it's, again, boring, forgettable, bland, terrible. It's Contract to Kill. And I think it's it's the second film that we have on this list with the word kill in it. We've had Kill Switch, and this is Contract to Kill. There will be a few more films with the word kill in them. So awful. Again, it's awful. And let's just immediately continue with number 40, which is equally awful. Not a Keanu Waxman film, but it is another 2016 one. This one directed by Michael Winnick. 4.1 IMDb. I don't know how this one has a 4.1, but number 40 is Code of Honor. Yes, another very, very bland and forgettable one. And here is the DVD for Contract to Kill, the German one. And here's the Blu-ray for Code of Honor. I only got the Blu-ray because it was cheaper than the DVD, so imagine that. Same with the next film coming up, by the way. But yeah, 2016 is definitely my least favorite year of Seagal films. Like, we just mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4 films from 2016, and we still have 2 films from 2016 coming up. So yes, at the bottom of the barrel is also pretty much all of his films from 2016. Which, let's just go to the next one while we're at it. Number 49. This one is directed by Fred Olen Ray. It has Seagal sitting down for the majority of the film. He barely does anything. It's other people that carry the show, that carry the action. It's another atrocious one, Sniper Special Ops. Look at that fucking cover. Yeah, for a film called Sniper, there's only like 2 minutes of sniping, so that's another issue with it. I like this cover a bit better, but not much. Again, Blu-ray was cheaper than the DVD, so yeah. This is the one where Seagal shows how much of an expert marksman and shooter he is by holding a machine gun like a rocket launcher over the shoulder. Like you put the fucking stock against the shoulder, not fucking over the shoulder like a bazooka. But yeah, Seagal still claims to be a master in weaponry, so yeah. He was never in Expendables because mostly there's at least one person on him he doesn't want to work with. Yes, and he also has beef with one of the producers, like I think Avi Lerner. Is one of the producers on Expendables. Yeah, he has issues with Seagal. He has a huge ego. Yes, surprised he didn't take up Expendables because that would have made him bigger. Well, instead of that, he did Machete. So I think that's why he did Machete instead. But yeah, Van Damme said great things about it, even though they don't speak for many years. Well, those two especially don't get on that much. Oh wow, he says why in the clip? Why he did Bobby Lupo? Yeah, that was fairly obvious the motive. If there is like a case he's trying to solve, like maybe Richie didn't do it. Yeah, knows why Richie did Bobby Lupo. That's why. Yeah, he wrote Kill Switch, but I think he'd be horrified to see what it became. Yes, wasn't he a writer on this one as well? Oh no, he was a producer on this one. Well, if he's a producer on most of these films as well, he at least should watch them, you know. If issues with DMX, so won't watch that one. Well, there's 2 films with him and DMX. One will be coming up soon. Out for a Kill is a good one. That is a good one. Yes, decent one. This one has exaggerating moments, Belly the Beast, but it's, again, a okay one. I've often thought that Seagal with his claims, shall we say, and Frank Dukes with his claims, because he's been exposed. I wouldn't mind a fight between both of them. They would both literally get exposed for not really being able to do anything. Yeah, Glummerman was the one but he actually let the guy hit him. Yes, he does. That is true. I believe he had some trouble while making Under Siege 2. I don't know what happened exactly. Well, there's pretty much stories on every Seagal film, so on every set. He takes a few hits in Glummerman, even draws blood. Yes, he does. Do you own many black-on-black wardrobe and suits like Seagal fashion? I own black suits, but I don't have any leather jackets and stuff, so and no fancy like Native American-ass clothes like he does. Like he does rock a few times, or any Asian-inspired clothes. I don't have a kimono or stuff, so. Contract to Kill is abysmal. It's the only one I've seen which has an early scene where I generally had no idea what he was saying. Yes, thank God it does have subtitles, like in the line, you know. Like, thank God it has subtitles. Otherwise, yeah. Well, I don't know how to respond to that, but thank you. I like Code of Honor, but yes, that was definitely awful. Ghost Up, yeah. Yeah, Sniper Special Ops, it blows. But yes, bad CGI in that one, yes, it is. Belly of the Beast and Out for Kill, I agree. Yes, I do enjoy them as well. So bad, can't remember the name, yes. On the film Never Say Never Again, I think Steven Seagal acts on. Yes, he did. And there's an interview where Sean Connery's on I think, is it the Jay Leno show where we talked about that? Yeah. The Sniper DVD cover, is that his head stuck on another guy's body? It probably is. Let's examine. Yeah, that's definitely not his body. That's definitely not his body for that film. So, yes, that is photoshopped. If you want a body like that, you should definitely try the Seagal diet. His diet consists of cookies. He loves the shit out of cookies.
I love the fuck out of cookies.
Put that cookie down! Now!
Loves the fuck out of cookies. Excuse me, I said it wrong. That was from End of a Gun, which will be coming up shortly. And also an early appearance from Arnie, who we will be discussing tomorrow. Let's move on to number 38. This one I actually forgot to put in there. This one is so forgettable, I forgot I had it. So when I made the list yesterday, I didn't include it. So I had to update the list today and put this in. This is another one from 2016. Let me check if I'm right. Where is it? There it is. It is 2016. This one is directed by Daniel Zerilli. This one he goes for his usual ethnicity or nationality. He's Asian in this one, hence why this one is The Asian Connection. Yes. We're starting to get a little bit better, but not by much. So yeah, Asian Connection right there. Got the UK DVD of it. This one has Michael Jai White in it, so that's always good to see. Other than that, yeah, it's... Seagal plays kind of a bad guy in this one again. It's like he's a gangster, Asian gangster, because he tries to be Asian once again. And he keeps going on, I want my fucking money. I want my fucking money. Even though he's dressed like an Asian, he's trying to speak like a black man, so it's weird. He's doing a lot of nationalities in that one, a lot of ethnicities. Yeah, Sean Connery said something about that. Yes. Sniper cover in the UK had Van Damme and Big Lars Rob, not JC. Yes, that is Rob Van Dam. They were trying. That was definitely a publicity thing. Yes. I've heard a few people claim Seagal hits too hard on set and ends up. Oh yeah, he's known for hitting stuntmen. He's known for hitting and injuring stuntmen. He's known for that. Excellence is a great film. It's compared to some of these, it's great. Yes, I agree. Compared to some of these, super neat. Seagal and DMX worked twice together. Yes, their second collaboration is coming up next, by the way. So, is there a Hard to Kill or any movie that's similar, most similar theme? Hard to Kill 2. Well, The Keeper has a Hard to Kill kind of thing where he goes into a coma. Not 7 years like in Hard to Kill, but that did make me think about Hard to Kill a little bit, that film. So, so far, one's in low ranking. I like it very well. Let's be honest. I think from once we left General Commander, from The Perfect Weapon onwards, I like these a little bit more and more. A little bit. A little bit, yes. Let's just go to the next one, which is Seagal's last film to date. He hasn't made any film since this one in 2019. This one is directed by James Colin Besek, who directed Darkness of Man with Van Damme last year. This one is Steven Seagal and DMX, and I think also one of the last films, or the last film for DMX, but it is Beyond the Law. Definitely the last film Steven Seagal has done so far, and it's one where, again, he's a villain. He plays a gangster, a mob boss, who, of course, doesn't die in the end. But I think it's implied he goes to prison at the end. So that's the punishment for Seagal being the bad guy in this film. It's implied that he goes to prison. We don't even see it. So, yes, Beyond the Law. The last Steven Seagal film, man. Fingers crossed this will be the last one. I certainly hope he's not going to do Above the Law 2, as IMDb will have you believe. Or Nico 2. Then we have a lot of comments to catch up on. Let's quickly go through these. Beyond the Law I have on DVD. Yes, sadly I do as well. The Van Damme and Seagal spat. Apparently there was gonna have a fight. Many sources say that Van Damme actually turned up. That was at Stallone's house. Stallone had a party. Seagal and Van Damme were there. Van Damme challenged Seagal. Seagal apparently, allegedly, ran away. But Van Damme was ready to kick his ass, pretty much. That's the story anyway. Super Nerd question was the last film in which they use a payphone. I would not be able to tell you that one. I have no idea. I believe Chuck Norris is way better than Steven Seagal. I would put Chuck over Seagal. Definitely has legit martial arts, I would. Out for a Kill was fun, and Valley to Beast, weird title. It is a weird title, but it's a decent one. To be fair, I love the fuck out of Cookies too. Well, who doesn't, but still. yeah, I agree. I agree. I agree. I do like Shadow Man for some unintentionally hilarious bits. I like gluten-free, dairy-free cookie every now and then as a treat. Yes. It's probably in best shape for Out for Justice, or has the most swagger there. That opened in March. I wish that had been a later year release for number 38. I agree with your ranking for Asian Connection and what's that? CNNXT. So Beyond the Law? I don't know. No, wait. It's abbreviated. It's Asian Connection. Okay, there you go. I really miss my collection. I had almost 3,000 movies, but I had to make some changes in my life. It's a long story. Oh yes, I know all about that. Put that cookie down now. Asian Connection just feels very, very cheap. It's funny because he's the bad guy, but he never dies. The only time he dies is Machete and not Exit Wounds, Executive Decision. Hey, mate, Seagal is a bit like the late Marlon Brando. Oh, I think that's an insult to Marlon Brando. That he wanted the paycheck for making bad movies. Well, yeah, Brando did go there at the end, and the physical transformation is also pretty similar between both of them, but I always remember Tom Sizemore came up with Asian Connection movie. He started talking about his idea for that for a while on Shadows in Paradise set. I thought it wouldn't go anywhere. It barely did. It barely did anything. Okay, I see The Keeper. I missed that one. Okay, well, yeah, The Keeper is actually one that I like. You know, I really need to see Darkness of Man and Kill 'Em All 2. I've not even seen Kill 'Em All 1. I've been told it's not a great one, but Darkness of Man is a solid one. I had fun with that one. The Keeper has a guy called Mason fighting. There is a big sign that says Storm by him. Mason Storm. Yes, there you go. Definitely a hard to kill connection. I quite like DMX music, not rap music fan, but I don't mind DMX music. I don't mind the song that he does for Exit Wounds, to be fair, but yeah, I'm not the biggest rap guy myself. Yeah, there's no way in hell Above the Law 2 is happening at this point. Well, I hope not. Maybe Vantage Point or maybe the what's the film with Colin Farrell, Phone Booth? That literally is about him at a payphone, right? Phone booth. Maybe that one. If my dad was still alive, he would be disappointed at me to know that I don't like Seagal much, because my dad is actually also still a really big Seagal film, but then again, I've not shown my dad the last 10 Seagal films, so I'm watching this while cooking pork and drinking beer. I think Seagal would be proud. Oh yes, that's the breakfast of champions right there. As Seagal would probably say. Even Michael Dudikoff and Cynthia Rothrock, I believe, are better than Seagal. Well, definitely Cynthia. That's just my personal opinion. I do like Dudikoff as well. He dies in Hard to Kill and Half Past. Well, he coma. Maybe Half Past That is definitely in the title. He was like clinically dead for a minute or whatever in that film. Yeah. How many different formats have you watched his film? Oh, there goes the church bells once again for in case somebody's going to mention it. Different formats have you watched this film on? Well, I got some VHSs up there. That's where I'll start with Honor Siege 1, Honor Siege 2 on VHS, Out for Justice on VHS, Nico on VHS, and Hard to Kill on VHS. That's where it all started for me. And now obviously it went to DVD and then went to Blu-ray. And for a lot of them, the DVDs is fine enough. So, do any Seagal films have good sound? Hard to Kill. Hard to Kill is my favorite soundtrack. I like the Hard to Kill one. Out for Justice is a good soundtrack. That one has the awesome "No Sleep Till Brooklyn" song on there. Above the Law has a good soundtrack. Or Nico. So yeah, there's a few good soundtracks for Seagal films. Into the Sun has a few songs by the man himself, because Seagal is also a singer and guitar player. I actually don't mind a majority of his songs, to be fair, especially from his first album, from Songs of Crystal Cave. Mark for Death. Ooh, we're gonna get there. I love Mark for Death. Never got the chance to taste that drink he invented. Lightning Bolt. I'll do some rankings here and there. My least favorite is Submerged, then General Commander. I'll skip the ranking, the real low ones, and start ranking as we get closer to the big ones. Yes, we will be getting there pretty soon. So let's go on to the next one while we're at it. Let's see. We last mentioned Beyond the Law. Next one is another one from 2016. I think it's my favorite from 2016 because it's the last one left from that year, and it is a Keanu Waxman film once again. And this one is the one where the "I love the fuck out of cookies" line is from. It is "End of a Gun." There's another fantastic line in this film, which I will play in a second. But here's the Blu-ray was cheaper than the DVD. I would have been fine with the DVD, but the DVD was more expensive. So yeah, "End of a Gun." It's okay. It's okay. Again, it has the "I love the fuck out of cookies" line. It also has this fantastic line, which I couldn't help but laugh at. Here it goes.
Back when you was young, dumb, and full of cum and had a fucking full head of hair, and you were about 50 pounds lighter.
Back when you were young, dumb, full of cum, and had a full fucking head of hair and were about 50 pounds lighter. That's a bit of the pot calling the kettle black, isn't it? Because well, except for the full head of hair, I mean, that has come with age, apparently, but yes, a lot of irony in these Seagal films, which I do, and I do enjoy the irony. Anyway, let's just move on to the next one. Let's see which one is next. Okay. So it should be this one. There we go. So this was "End of a Gun" at number 36. At number 35, we have a film from 2015, which I actually do like this one. I actually watched this one again today. I enjoyed this one. This would probably be maybe 1 or 2 spots higher now if I were to do it again. But it is another Keanu Waxman film. Am I correct in saying that? Yes, it is a Keanu Waxman. I give this one a 2 or maybe a 3-star rating. 2015, this is The Mercenary Absolution, which, to be honest, this is a solid one. This one also has Byron Mann in it. Byron Mann, Ryu from Street Fighter movie. And he's also been in Belly of the Beast with Seagal and also in A Dangerous Man with Seagal. So I think those two get on because they've done a few films together. It is definitely my favorite of... one of my favorites. One of my favorites of the Keanu Waxman films. Let's put it that way. So that's Mercenary Absolution right there. Let's go to a few comments again before going to the next one. I don't have a relationship with my old man dad, as he's not a film fan, but he's obsessed with Western and Steven Seagal. He loves him. Yeah, my dad is a big Seagal fan still, so that's probably how I got into it. So, Real Chuck Norris said Chuck was world karate champion 6 consecutive times, from 1968 to 1970, where he retired undefeated. # true. Yes, and that has been proven, unlike Seagal's claims. I like both of them, especially Cynthia, which I'm going to be excited because next month, on February the 22nd, I'm going to meet Cynthia in person. She's coming to Cologne, Germany, which is only like an hour away from where I am in the Netherlands. So I've got my ticket. I'm going to go see Cynthia. I'm going to get some autographs, going to take a picture with her. Very much looking forward to that. Usually watch Above the Law straight to the Glimmer Man. Great memories of these movies. Yes, that's Glimmer Man, even Fire Down Below afterwards. I like Fire Down Below a lot. And Mark for Death also has a great soundtrack. Yeah, the great Jimmy Cliff does some great reggae songs. Seagal contributes to one of the reggae songs. Yes. Has any of Seagal's films made to 4K? Not yet. Not yet. There is a cool Blu-ray set out in Germany now this month, which does have Out for Justice again, Hard to Kill, official Blu-ray releases of On Deadly Ground and Fire Down Below, and The Glimmer Man. So I might get that set because I do have the Spanish gray releases, bootlegs for Fire Down Below and On Deadly Ground. So all of them underrated soundtracks. There are some good soundtracks, some kick-ass soundtracks definitely for Seagal films. I think he does a lot. Yeah, he does a few vocals on the end credit song. That's the one. The John Crow song from Jimmy Cliff. Why DVDs have become more expensive? I don't know. I don't know why, but for some reason, for a lot of these Seagal films, by the way, here's my, again, Blu-ray for Mercenary Absolution. Also has Vinnie Jones in it, by the way. Vinnie Jones plays a bad guy in this one. He's a pretty good bad guy, so. Again, I do like that film. Yeah, but I have no idea why the DVDs sometimes are more expensive than the Blu-ray. End of the Gun has a scene where the bad guys walk into a hotel room and just wander around like they have no idea what they're doing. Yes. It definitely has some very weird moments. Like I said, the cookies bit, Seagal says to the black chick that he's boning in the film, like, you owe me some good pussy. I want a good pussy. The Wikipedia literally says unknown actor for various roles, as if it was a 1900s film. Which one is that? For, which one we mentioned? For End of a Gun or what? What was that? What is the last film that had a painting or drawn poster? I have no idea. Once again, you got me again. I think they stopped doing these sort of hand-drawn posters like in the early 2000s, I think, maybe, or late 90s. So I have no idea, actually. For End of a Gun, that's it. Okay. Mercenary for Justice is not bad. No, it's not. It is not. That one was more funny, I think, End of a Gun. Yes, it had some unintentional comedy, but comedy nonetheless. A word game involving gun and law and above and below type words is how they make titles for these movies. Yes, it seems to be like a bingo roulette thingy. Like, okay, let's pick and choose from previous Seagal films. Submerged, not a fan, by the way. I think Under Siege 2 poster was mostly an artwork. Under Siege 2. Well, the VHS has just a picture of him in a white uniform. We'll get there when we get to the poster for Top Dan, Renegade Justice, Into the Sun. Into the Sun is probably my favorite of his, it is my favorite of his straight-to-video films. On Deadly Ground, Glimmerman, Under Siege 2, Hard to Kill, Nico, Out for Justice, Mark for Death, Fire Down Below. Ooh. Fire Down Below is very, very high for me as well, so I'm glad to see Fire Down Below getting some love. It's not my number one, though, but I do like to see the love for Fire Down Below. My granddad got me onto Chuck and Van Damme, kind of discovered Seagal myself. Ooh, cool. Yeah, for me, it was definitely through my dad. My dad is a big Seagal fan. Seagal Western would have been cool. He should have met Kevin Costner on one of those Western-making chaps and work hard to earn that. The Patriot has Western vibes, where he's riding a horse. He has a cowboy hat. Obviously, he does some horse riding and on Deadly Ground as well. So I probably would pay to see a Western with Seagal back in the 90s anyway. Right now, if he got on the horse, I would feel sorry for the horse. So Duty Cuff has made some decent ones, but also a good deal of crap. Yeah, it's kind of all over the place. What films are you going to get signed by Sexy Cynthia? Well, she's actually there because Guardian Angel, aka Beyond Justice, that's going to get a Blu-ray release in Germany. And actually at the event, you will be able to get the copy of it, like advanced copies. So I'm going to get her to sign that. I might bring my Sworn to Justice Blu-ray, get her to sign that. Let's see. We'll see. I think Under Siege can make a good 4K. That would probably be the one that's most likely to probably get a 4K. Yes, then realized Fire Down Below was after that one. It's awesome, great music in Fire Down Below. Yes, I like country music, so I like the music in Fire Down Below as well. That's a nice soundtrack. I invested in Black Creek, and if I see my name in the credits, I might cry. Yes, I love Black Creek. When that's going to be released, I'm so much looking forward to that one. I love that the fans got the chance to contribute to that one. I contributed to it myself. I won't get my name in the credits, sadly, but I did contribute to it. But yeah. That's going to be good. I would love to see that. The Patriot is probably the closest, yes, he got to a Western. He wears the cowboy hat and everything. I don't have Under Siege in my top 10, as I don't think it's as good as people say. Ooh, I prefer the second one. For a long time, I was as well. Actually. But nowadays, I do prefer the first one over the second. But actually, growing up, I prefer the second one over the first one for quite a bit. However, nowadays I'm like, wait, the first one, it has Tommy Lee Jones, Gary Busey, fantastic villains, It has fucking Erica Leniak jumping out of a cake showing her big melons. Can't go wrong. Van Damme films already there are about 5 or 6 on 4K. Not sure about that. I mean, Bloodsport is on 4K. Kickboxer has just been on release on 4K. Universal Soldier has a 4K. Hard Target has a 4K. I think that's about it. I could be wrong. Well, maybe some of it's later ones, but fun fact: when Jeff means business needs to focus, he turns his baseball cap backwards. He was inspired to do this after watching the Stallone film Over the Top. And it actually is the same cap from Over the Top, so yes, you are correct there, Andy. That actually is the replica Over the Top cap. Mercenary Absolute is such shit title. Did enjoy the last couple of fights. Yes, that one was decent. Had some decent production value, some decent fight sequences. Van Damme. Seagal actually looked like he was doing some of the fighting. Can beat hand-drawn posters. Much better, so much detail. Yes, I agree. I love the hand-drawn ones. On Dudley Ground basically becomes Dances with Wolves for 20 minutes. Yes, it does. The Netherlands, very southern part, very near to the German border, like 5 minutes away from the German border, pretty much. Might just be the US art for Under Siege 2. It was him hanging onto the side of the train. I think that's actually on my DVD. What I can't pull out yet because that's down at the bottom of the pile, because obviously it's going to be in the top 10. Yes, it was The Patriot, yeah. Don't know why, but Steven Seagal reminds me of the magician from Penn and Teller, the big guy. Yeah, what I do is I sort of take my head and I switch it around. It's like a switch that goes off. When the switch goes off, I feel different. I feel like a truck, like a machine. Goodbye, Sean. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you next time. I know Dan got nervous and blushed when he saw Cynthia. Bless him. Hopefully he will meet her again. I might get something signed for Dan. I might get Cynthia to sign something for Dan. Maybe I'll get her to sign to Dan next time. Don't be shy or something like that. I love Cynthia. If I ever meet any famous people at conventions, I always like to take something obscure for them to sign. It's always seems to. Yes, that is a good point. That is a good point. Yes, I have a fair few above Under Siege, including its sequel. Okay, well that's interesting. Layers, Sean. Yes, indeed, layers. DVD chapter 10, Erica's Big Melons. As Brunson said, get those melons in. Thank you. I do impressions quite often, so there will definitely be a few more impressions. Anyway, caught up with the comments at last for now. So we're in the we're doing good. We're doing good. We're in the so that was number 35 for Absolution. Let's go to number 34, which is from 2004. Is it? It is 2004. It has a 4.0 on IMDb, which, wow, that surprises me. I do give this one like a 3.5, 4 on the Seagal scale myself. It's definitely getting better by this point. This one does have a lot of annoying dubbing, but not on the level of Attack Force. It is 2004's Out of Reach, which there's a few jokes I can make with that title and Seagal, but I'm not going to go there. But yeah, it's Out of Reach. Just like his movie career. Oh, I went there. No, in all seriousness, this is a decent one. I do like this one. Seagal is like a, again, former CIA, whatever. He has a Polish girl that sort of is a pen pal. He writes letters to this Polish girl, and the Polish girl goes missing. It's sort of a Taken-esque story. Generic, but still enjoyable. I do have fun with that one. Again, we're now at the point where, thank God, I'm going to have more fun with these movies than I did before. Same with the next one. Next one is not a fan favorite by any means. I do like it. It's a bit of a Firefox ripoff with Seagal. It's another one that is directed by Michael Koish, who did direct the god-awful Attack Force. This one is 10 times better, if you ask me. It's from 2007. Has a 3.4 on IMDb. It is Flight of Fury, which is pretty much Seagal's remake of like Black Thunder or Firefox with Clint Eastwood. It's about a stealth plane, stealth jet plane that I don't know. Seagal has to go in and recover it, basically. There's a weird scene where all of a sudden, out of the blue, you have to, a freaking lesbian makeout scene with nudity, which is not a bad thing. I'm not complaining, but it just comes out of the blue, as it usually does in these Seagal films. And again, a lot of dubbing, a lot of doubles, a lot of stock footage, a lot of fucking stock footage in this one. But still, I have fun with Flight of Fury. So yeah, there you go. It's one of them films again where he does, I think, a sort of Cajun thing where he's like, "I'm just a simple country boy," where he goes like that. I like it. A Dangerous Man is what I rank now at 21 or so. Hard to rank these lower ones, but I expected more for this movie. Yes, A Dangerous Man is a bit of a disappointing one. It is still where is it actually? Is it higher? It is a little bit higher for me, but not all too high. So I've heard Cynthia is nice. Yes, she is very nice. She responds to my Facebook messages and stuff, so she's very, very nice. I remember Carl saying Dolph was very. Yes, Dolph was apparently not in the best of moods on that day. Yes, it does, but we're gonna get there. I've been watching a couple of years, just notifying how to use YouTube and app service, and wasn't able to, or didn't know how to comment or chat before a state workers mentioned and showed me. That's awesome. Glad it worked out. I need to get the hydration going because my throat is getting very dry. Wet the old whistle. No, that's great. It worked out. Quite like Out of Reach. Decent story and a couple more fights. I actually do like the end fight with the swords on the sort of like the big courtyard area. I do like that. Oh, thank you. I do my best. I do my best. Flight of Fury might be rock bottom. Yes, it's not for everyone, but I like it. I had fun with it for what it was. It does have a stock footage from Iron Eagle. Yes, it does. Flight of Fury, I have a fun of Dangerous Man. Flight of Fury had some strange elements. I agree. I had fun with that one too. Yes. I'm not the only one then. That's good. Got to watch the Seagal Firefox remix. Yes, I think if you go into it looking like that, you might enjoy it. It's definitely nowhere near the level of Firefox with Clint, even though Firefox is not my highest ranking Clint Eastwood film. But yeah, no worries. We have plenty of time. Do you think Dolph would have was moody because he's ill, he has cancer? I think right now he's cancer free at this moment, but that could be. I think he had cancer at that point, 2 years ago, whatever it was. Yeah, it could be. Basically, of the Black Thunder is another one of those films, like very, very similar. Black Thunder with Dudikoff, yes, and yes, it does use stock footage from Iron Eagle. Next up, in number 32. Is the first one where we got the goatee look for Steven Seagal, as I mentioned earlier. This one is from 2013. It's had a 4.3 on IMDb. It's also a Keanu Waxman film once again. And this one has Danny Trejo in it. Danny Trejo did a few films with Seagal. This one is Force of Execution, where this is also the first time Seagal played a character who is called either Alexander or John Alexander, but always something with Alexander. I think he's just Mr. Alexander in this one. He played John Alexander in The Mercenary. He played another Alexander in A Good Man, which will be coming up soon. This was the first one. He has something with that name. Like he has like a fetish. Like he likes the Alexander name. Force of Execution. It's not bad. Seagal it's not the main role, but he has a significant role in it. Danny Trejo, always good to see. It's more like Bren, what's his name? Bren Foster, who is in that more, and even Ving Rhames is in this one as well. Ving Rhames. Marcellus Wallace from Pulp Fiction. Yeah, it's a decent one. I like it. It's like Seagal more in the gangster role as sort of a more kind of bad guy-esque kind of roles, but I like it. let's just move straight along. Let's make some progress. Next up is from 2010, from a director called Lauro David Chartrand Del Valier. That's a long ass fucking name. It is Born to Raise Hell, which I don't mind. Born to Raise Hell. Again, this one has, some crappy dubbing, as per usual. Some doubles that are obvious, but halfway decent fighting sequences when you do see it. Seagal, some good action, some good shootouts and stuff. Again, it's one of these Eastern European films, once again, shot in Bulgaria. This one even takes place in Bulgaria, so they're not even hiding it anymore. It's not like, we use Bulgaria to double for Los Angeles or whatever. No, it's specified in the film that literally is Bulgaria, or Romania, Next up is the film that was just mentioned by both Stacy and also, it's a DVD, by the way. Both Stacy and I think Michael Myers just mentioned. Next up is another one from 2010. This is another Keanu Waxman film. This one is A Dangerous Man, which, yeah, it's okay, but pretty bland and boring. A little boring. It did feel rushed. This one has one of my favorite bits where at the beginning of the film, Seagal is like, "Just let me go on by, or I'm gonna fuck you up ugly." And then he takes the slide of a pistol and he fucks up a guy's face with the pistol frame. That is a good scene, but other than that, Dangerous Man, okay, passable. Again, I definitely enjoyed it. Otherwise, it wouldn't have been this high. But anyway, since we're, let's see, now at number 30, we have a few more films to go. Let's do a quick intermission. Another word from our sponsor, and I'm gonna go for a smoke. And we'll continue the ranking in a bit after a word from our sponsor.
Hey there, we want to tell you about Steven Seagal's new energy drink. It's called Lightning Bolt. It's 100% natural and it tastes just great. In fact, it's so good, he likes swimming in it.
How's it going, baby?
Boss, I've got another 2,000 cans to go to fill this pool.
Man, I feel so sorry for you, but you know what? I really wanted to swim in Steven Seagal's lightning bolt with you.
Yeah, but you know I love doing it, because I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Lightning Bolt is a unique energy drink. It's the first of its kind. With 100% pure juice blends and is the only energy drink to contain Tibetan goji berries and Asian cordyceps. And it hits the spot every time.
Now we can both swim in Steven Seagal's lightning bolt pool.
Cool, baby. Thank you, man. You do the right
Thank you,
thing.
darling.
You are so Everybody just see that?
Steven! I forgot one! I found it at the bottom of the pool.
Lightning Bolt comes in 2 delicious flavors, Asian Experience and Cherry Charge. So why not give your taste buds a real thrill?
Привет, дорогая.
Привет, дорогой. Это тебе.
Спасибо.
Сестричка, я сейчас к тебе присоединюсь. Милый, могу я пойти и поплавать в латненькой водичке?
Конечно. It's good to be the king, isn't it? And guess what? This could happen to you if you drank Lightning Bolt.
Lightning Bolt. Try it today. It's electric.
Oh dear, I feel sorry for both those girls. This could happen to you too if you drink Lightning Bolt, which don't drink Lightning Bolt. It's discontinued. It has been proven that it wasn't a good energy drink. So stay clear from Lightning Bolt, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get through a few comments and we continue the ranking. Where were we? Here we are. Dolph and Steven almost started together in Perfect Weapon. I don't think Steve wanted to look like second fiddle under Dolph. Steven was always a bigger draw. Yeah, again, could be the ego, could be the ego for sure. Yeah. I have not seen aluminium. Alarm. No, I've not seen that yet. I've also not seen Armor yet. So yeah. Regarding Alexander, I never really. Yeah, that's definitely something I noticed. Don't really get the Alexander connection. The three movies seem to have fuck all to do with each other. Yes, and they still they want to have you believe they're connected. For Born and Raised Hell's okay. Has some not too bad fight scenes. Still Belfast, yes, but it is okay. Yeah, the blonde is the right bitch. The dubbing is annoying as there's lines in Seagal's real voice in the trailer that they still dubbed in the movie. Wow. Yeah. Excited to see Born and Raised Hell. Never heard that one. The Ving Rhames one has a fun cast. I enjoy the one with him and Lyndon Ashby. Something about Against the Dark. Yes, we'll be getting to that one shortly as well. Yeah, surprisingly they put some in that. I still feel sorry for both those girls, but yeah, I couldn't even be bothered to line the drinks cans nice in the pool. Yeah, it's I would say it's worth a watch for a Seagal straight to video one. Next up is the sequel to The Foreigner from I think 2005. I don't have my list with me right now. I will double check in a minute. This one is the sequel to The Foreigner. Definitely an improvement on The Foreigner. This one, Seagal walked off the set like 10 days into shooting. So there's a lot of doubles in this one. A lot of scenes where Seagal wasn't present for shooting and stuff. But weirdly enough, this one is a cheap one. This one is really not great by any means, but I give me this over The Foreigner any day. It's Black Dawn, The Foreigner 2. The Foreigner Part 2, yes. We really needed a Foreigner Part 2. Like, at this point, Seagal could have still easily pulled off like an Under Siege 3 and still be a little halfway decent, at least. But yeah, we really needed a sequel to The Foreigner. At number 28, I'm gonna wait till I get my list because I don't know the director for this one. So yeah, we have The Foreigner, Black Dawn, Foreigner 2 at 29. I want to buy them all in the compilation. I have some of the worst ones and the best, but not as many in the middle. I like the new special edition physical mirror release for those. Imagine a box set of literally every Seagal film. Wow. No, I wouldn't go there. What's the most amounts of Steven films you have seen back to back? Well, I can binge watch his entire 90s run easily. So 10. The 10 early ones. There's a funny moment in Force of Execution where Ving Rhames attempts to do a kick. Yes, attempts. Black Dawn, director apparently said they kind of skimmed on film stock, which is why it looks like shit. Yes, it does not have the best film stock. It looks cheap, it feels cheap, but still, it's an improvement definitely over The Foreigner for me. Anyway, do we have another clip to make Seagal look ridiculous? Yeah, don't try and play Seagal for a fool because Seagal was not born on a fucking turnip truck. Turnip truck.
This is the fucking come to Jesus moment, and I was not born on a fucking turnip truck, man, and I was not born at night. I was born in a bright fucking sunny day, man, and I've been doing this for a long time.
So yeah, in case you forgot, Seagal was not born on a fucking turnip truck. So I've never heard that expression before Seagal used it, but I've pretty much copied it ever since. Thank you, Sifu. We're not worthy. Yeah, let's move on. At number 28. Oh wait, let's show off my Black Dawn Foreigner 2 DVD right there. The cover is more exciting than the film, I gotta be honest. At number 28, 28. We have a film from, what's the year on this one? 2006, 2007, 2009. Oh, I was way off. This is the action, fantasy, horror, sci-fi thriller, according to IMDb, directed by Richard Crudo. 3.1 IMDb. We're now at the point where I give this like a 5 on the Seagal scale. Same for the previous few films. This one is Seagal's vampire film, Against the Dark, which I got it right here. Against the Dark. Seagal with a katana sword as a vampire hunter in like this post-apocalyptic place. You have Keith David in this one in a small role as well. Keith David. It's okay for what it is. It's okay for what it is. I was expecting a bit more, obviously. My expectations were a bit too high, but it was okay. It was okay. Let's see. Let's go back to the comments. There we go. 4 and 2 Black Dawn was a fun mix of hostage and saving and bombing plots. Really entertained me, probably around 18 or 19. Like I said, I can watch that one. That one is watchable for me. That one is not as punishing for me to watch as... Certainly not as punishing as Attack Force or Kill Switch for me, so... Yeah, it's probably impossible, but yeah, it is probably impossible because they're all... Although all the Steamroller production ones, the ones from his production company, maybe. I like the garbage truck chase in Black Dawn, even though you can see the cameras in the street and the truck filming it, yes. It does a bad job concealing it. He was born in the apple farm area of Michigan, then on oil field area of California is what he meant to say. Okay. I think the pimp at the start of Out for Justice says, yes, I think he does. I think he does. And Seagal wrote that, so yeah, it seems to be a saying that Seagal likes. Seagal didn't compliment many, but he did Jeff Speakman. He said he's a good kid, yes. And he will laugh in your face about Jean-Claude Van Damme and Michael Jai White. Against the Dark, I'd like to have seen some more of that concept. Like, it was a good movie. I liked his acting in it. He wasn't in a whole lot, but again, yeah, he did a decent job in that one. Very surprised he agreed to star in a vampire film after the hoo-ha over Submerged being a monster movie. Hoo-ha! I had to think of Pacino there. Yeah, that is true. But even though, having said that, I watched, obviously, Against the Dark. It's more like zombie vampire. It's more like a post-apocalyptic, like zombie, like Resident Evil type thing, right? It's like not really full-on vampires, right? So it's more like zombies. It's more like a Last of Us, Resident Evil kind of thing. I think Steven Speakman shared a teacher. I did not know that. I did not know that. Number 27. This film came up earlier. The last decent watchable Seagal film, probably, in his career. 2018 action crime mystery thriller, directed by Matthew Wexler. I give this one a 5 once again. It has a 3.8 IMDb. It is 2018's Attrition, which Attrition is decent. Attrition is decent. Not the greatest cover on this German Blu-ray. It's just a big shot of Seagal right there. Again, I had to go for the German Blu-ray because this one did not come out in the Netherlands. Or, as Michael Myers, I think, earlier said, it didn't have a release in the UK as well. But yeah, Attrition, not a bad one. And it ends, I think, with Seagal playing a song on the guitar to the cast. I think that's happens during the end credits. I think I remember that correctly. Yeah, it's decent. And we're getting more decent. I'm getting more happier because these films are more decent now at this point. So, same with the next one. Has one of my favorite random weird ass lines that Seagal has ever spoken on celluloid. I will play the clip and then we will reveal the film. It is from 2014. It's another Keanu Waxman film. But I just absolutely love this line. It doesn't make any sense, but I love it.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Because now, I will snatch every motherfucker birthday.
I will snatch every motherfucker birthday. Whatever, I still like it because it's so out of the blue. It is A Good Man, which, again, there's a few jokes I can make with that title, and it being Seagal. But here's my Blu-ray of it, A Good Man. I like A Good Man. I like A Good Man. Seagal with a shotgun right there. Decent fight bits. I think this is another one. Yeah, it's him versus Asians at the end. It's like the big bad guy is like this Asian guy. There's like a sword fight at the end. Decent. Again, decent. I give that one a 5 as well. Maybe 5.5. Maybe we're getting a bit higher at this point. I like A Good Man. It has a 4.1 on 4.4 on IMDb. Sorry. Next one is from 2005. Directed by Don E. Fauntleroy, who did another one with Seagal, which I prefer the other one over this one. Next up, number 25 is Today You Die. Yes, now the films are actually threatening you. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but again, one that I can watch. Definitely over the other, well, definitely over the first 10 films we mentioned. I like Today that this is definitely one where Seagal again tries to be black. So, but yeah, decent one. Also uses a lot of stock footage, that one, by the way. I think it uses stock footage from did it use stock footage from Blackjack, that Dolph Lundgren John Woo TV movie? I think that was one of the films it used stock footage from. And it used stock footage from The Quest, not The Quest, the Order with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It uses stock footage from The Order as well. Before we go to number 24, back to some comments. Let's see. A female teacher, Michael. Oh, for Seagal and Speakman, okay. Yeah, Against the Dark, it is definitely more zombies than vampires, yes. Alfred Justice Pym may have said that. Yeah, I think he did, actually, yeah. Attrition was great. Wish he'd made a couple more. If he did another one like it, I would not mind it, so yeah. Yeah, snatch every motherfucker birthday. A Good Man, but not a good film. It has its moments. Lack of fight, but the rapid fire baddie was disappointing. Like I said, I like it. It does have stock footage from like 4 movies, yes. Oh, there you go. That's it. Yeah, after Peter Weller film. That is correct. Yeah, a lot of stock footage. I do think Under Siege deserved a 4K just for the Eric Kalaniak scene. I see your point, or points. Yes, I agree. Next up, at number 24. This is one, again, we talked about this one yesterday a little bit. This is one by Albert Pion, the director of Cyborg with Van Damme, which is, again, mid-level, not as bad as I was expecting. I really was hyping this up to be like an atrocious piece of shit, and it wasn't that bad, so good for that film. This one stars Tom Sizemore and Dennis Hopper as well, and this was released the same year as Exit Wounds. Exit Wounds was a theatrical one, but this one was straight to video. And it shows, because this one also uses stock footage. It is Ticker from 2001. Dennis Hopper plays a villain in this one. He actually plays a Irish bad guy, and half the time he forgets he's Irish, because there's a few scenes where he does a very lame attempt at an Irish accent, and other scenes he just drops it altogether. So one of the films it uses stock footage from is Sweepers with Dolph Lundgren. It uses stock footage from that film, which is a much better film, Sweepers with Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, Ticker, I was expecting it to be much worse. I was actually kind of pleasantly surprised that it wasn't as awful as I was expecting. So, yeah, there you go. It's Ticker at 24. The Woman in Today Die was in Children of the Corn, 3 Urban Harvest, and I liked Seagal and Treach in that one. I actually do like The Woman in Today You Die. I do. And yeah, Treach was the rapper, right? Wasn't he? Yeah. Oh, yeah, there you go. Music group Naughty by Nature. There's a dumb part Today You Die where Children of the Corn 3 girl fucks up picking up her phone and they left it. There's a lot of mistakes in it. Yes, the Wella movie with Tia Carrere that was filmed in, what's that, Prim and V? Maybe Two of the World. Two of the World was the title. Okay, I think Truck Scene was from that. Okay, Okay. Well, it definitely was a Peter Weller film. That is definitely. Hey, Professor Macabre is here. Greetings. Greetings and salutations to the professor. How's it going, sir? Ticker apparently had Hopper and Seth for one day. Well, that would explain why he drops his Irish accent. That would explain. Top of the World. There you go. Yes. I think that actually is the one, yeah. Did someone say Steven Seagal? Yes, we've been saying that for almost 2 hours at this point. Because you missed my tribute to Sifu. There you go. That's my tribute to Sifu Seagal. Yeah, Top of the World, that is it. They actually CGI'd Weller off the top of the truck for a Seagal movie. Wow. We're definitely getting better at this point, though. Let's move on to number 23. Oh, wait. Here's my DVD for Ticker. Yes. Tom Sizemore and Dennis Hopper could not save this one. Although they tried, bless them. Yeah, that's apparently... Albert Piana said it's a similar situation to Cyborg, where the editing was taken out of his hands, and this is pretty much the studio's cut, not his cut. Apparently, Albert Pion had his cut as a work print version, just like Cyborg. So I think Bob McCall said yesterday he had it. Would be cool to see it, but yeah, would be like polishing a little bit of a turd, wouldn't it? Even though, like I said, I still like it. Next up is from 2012, 2013. 2012. It has a 4.7 IMDb. This one has a great co-star. Relates to The Expendables. Directed again by Keanu Waxman. This is definitely one of my favorite Keanu Waxman films with Seagal. It is 2012's Maximum Conviction with Steven Seagal and Steve Austin co-starring. Which is actually, I freaking love Steve Austin and I like him in this film a lot. Obviously, Steve Austin was a great baddie in Expendables 1. And it's cool to see him team up with Seagal in this one. It's sort of a prison film where there's a hostage. I can't even fucking pronounce. Hostage situation going on. There you go. Took a bit of effort, but kind of like a Die Hard in a prison kind of thing. Which, thinking about it, that's pretty much what Half Past Dead was. So, no, I like it. It has good action in it. A good villain. Maximum Conviction, definitely a recommendation if you haven't seen it. So that is at number 23. Have you ever eaten Mongolian barbecue food? I actually have not. I have not. Rambo Rap for Life likes Top of the World. I give it 3 out of 10. I actually have not seen it yet. I have not seen it. I will have to check it out actually. Bet Honor Siege is on the very top. You bet correctly. Mostly because of one goddamn amazing cake scene. Yes, we all like to have that cake and eat it, right? So, it's some good cake. Pion had more scenes for various movies that were so small budget, he kept negatives of many of them, and likely they are still in this era's property. That is very likely, yes. Maybe we'll get to see it someday. Remember hating Ticker when it came out? Hasn't improved much. Maximum Conviction could have been so good, but just so bland. Yeah. Like I say, yeah, for me, it's an improvement over pretty much all the other Keanu Waxman films, so it's one of my favorites. I know you're not going to be a fan of this next one, but I like this one again for its weird moments. 2006, Michael Koish. This is the last film directed by Michael Koish on this list. He directed The God-Awful Attack Force. He directed Flight of Fury, which was a little bit better. And then 2006, in between those, he also did this little film called... no, fine, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's a few spots away. I clicked the wrong one, but the cover is similar. It is Shadow Man from 2006. I like Shadow Man. Again, this one has a lot of voice doubles and body doubles. You can clearly see Seagal walking down the stairs, or, well, it's supposed to be Seagal anyway, but it's in full view. It's his stunt double, or his walking double, because it's not really a stunt to walk down a few stairs, but... yeah, this is pretty much his daughter gets kidnapped. This is like the prototype Taken film, because this was like a year or two before Taken. This is the typical straight-to-video, revenge, plot. Get revenge on the people that kidnapped his daughter. filmed in Bulgaria again. So it's one of those. It's one of those. But I like it. I like it. Yeah, the Take a Work Print is a completely different film. That's interesting. I would still like to see it. In the last scene of Maximum Conviction, it looks like he's reading his lines off the floor. You can kind of see white cars reflected in his glass. That would not surprise me. That would not surprise me. Seagal and his sort of sex scenes are very uncomfortable and cringe. He just looks creepy with young. Oh yes, don't get me started on that. Anyway, that's Shadow Man at 22. At 21, we have one that I've always really enjoyed. Now we're getting to the ones that I really enjoy a heck of a lot. This next one has a 4.9 IMDb. It's 2009, directed by Jeff King once again. Now, Jeff King also did Kill Switch, which was very low ranking. This is definitely a Jeff King film I prefer over that atrocity. Seagal is Russian in this one. He plays a Russian former criminal turned crime writer. You know, he writes crime books. But then something happens. His daughter is getting married, and something happens, and he obviously steps back into action. This is Driven to Kill, where Seagal plays Ruslan, and I think Ruslan is actually the German title. That sort of harkens back to Nico, because obviously his first film, it was named after his character in the film. At least in the European market, obviously Nico is known as Above the Law in the US, so well, that's what it was harkening back to when they call it Ruslan in Germany. I like Driven to Kill. Has some good scenes. Actually, one where Seagal takes a few hits once again by the Russian bad guy at the end. Only downside I would say to this film for me is the music, and I think those who have seen it will know what I'm talking about. Where in a few of the fight scenes, or pretty much all of the fight and action scenes, you have this weird like Russian folk music playing, which is pretty fucking weird. I will admit that. But other than that, aside from that, a pretty good straight-to-video actioner in my opinion. Put the Shadow Man and Tech Force DVD cover side by side if you get the chance. It's the same Seagal had pasted on both. I shall have to do that at the end, yes. Or maybe I can do that now. I actually forgot to show my copy for both Maximum Conviction and Shadow Man, so there you go. There's the Shadow Man. Let's see if we can get the Attack Force one. You son of a bitch, you are correct. It is. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is the same. It is the same Seagal hat. It actually is the same Seagal hat. Wow. I did not realize that. Let's see. Before we go to the next one. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the random sex scenes in its later ones, at least. Yeah, I'm not here. I really like Driven to Kill. Was quite quirky and had fun fight scenes. Yes, it did. Excuse me for a second, guys. Close the door. It definitely had fun fight scenes. Can you really count those Seagal movies that have at the most 10 minutes of him in the film? I mean, it's mostly body and voiceover. Yeah, I do still count those. Yes, it's small cameos and small roles that and really literally small roles that I've excluded from this list. But other than that, like a film like Cartels where he's barely in it, or Sniper Special Ops, he's still in it enough to make it a Seagal film. Not a Seagal starring film, but still a Seagal film nonetheless. Yeah, Nico. Yes, actually, that is what it's known as on the VHS right here. Oh crap. That is what happens when you do these live. I keep saying it. But no, that is actually what it was called on the VHS right there, Nico. So that is the European title for the film. The UK has it as Nico. The Netherlands has it as Nico. Germany has it as Nico. That is the European title. So is Above the Law sequel kind of? No, it was just called Above the Law in the US because there was a Cynthia Rothrock film which is called Above the Law. And that came out the same year. So to avoid confusion, they retitled Seagal's film to Nico in the European markets. You think they have at least enough headshots of him not to have to use the same one twice? Yes, you would think that. Let me just quickly get these from the ground here that fell. Never do these live. Never do these live. Or if you have something to show off, make sure it's a bit closer by. Blah, blah, blah. Yes. For Driven to Kill, was that called? Yeah, Driven to Kill was called Ruslan or Ruslan in Germany, because that's his character's name in the film, which harkened back to Above the Law being called Nico in Europe. The physical media is okay, but thank God it's only the bottom of the barrel Seagal films that fell. Attack Force made it, sadly. I heard that DVDs. Yeah, yes, it made some noise, but everything's fine. Nothing broke. I don't see any bits of plastic or, from the cases that snapped off. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. For Nico, I prefer the Nico title because that's how I know it. That's how I've always known the film. But it is Above the Law in the US, yes. Yeah, I'll go for Nico. I'll go for Nico. Let me just have a quick drink again. Let's move on to number 20. We're in the top 20. Number 20 is from 2003, if I got that right. Let me check. It is 2003. This one directed by Michael Oblowitz, who directed The Foreigner. And again, I much prefer this one. This is it has a lot of crazy bits in it. It has like a fight in a barbershop where a guy does like a spider monkey thing. He crawls across the ceiling and the wall. With those elements and others like it, with crazy shit like that, I still like the film. Considering it has crazy shit like that. It is Out for a Kill from 2003 at number 20. We're really getting to the more decent, watchable, almost quasi-great straight-to-video films right now. And this one has a 3.4, sorry, on IMDb. I give this one a 5 on the Seagal scale. After this, we get to like 6s, so we're getting to the really, really decent ones. Yeah, I like Out for a Kill. Let's move right along to the next one. Show off the cover for it. Out for a Kill right there. Oh, I forgot to show the Driven to Kill DVD as well. They took his daughter, so he's taking them down. Yeah, that's pretty much a generic tagline you would expect from a Seagal film. Let's do the next one as well, right? While we're at it, this one is from 2003 as well, directed by Su Tung Ching. Probably butchered that. I give this one a 6. On the Seagal scale, it is. It has a 4.6 on IMDb. People would say it's aptly titled. Weird title, but it is Belly of the Beast from 2003. And speaking of covers that have similar motifs going on, you notice this car right here on the Belly of the Beast DVD. I invite you all to take a look at the cover for The Foreigner, which has a similar car on there. It's not exactly the same, but, well, maybe it is, looking at it like that. Just reversed and different color palette, but that's another similarity in covers that I noticed. I did not notice the Photoshop hat being the same on Attack Force and Shadow Man, but I did notice that motif in Seagal's DVD covers. That car comes around in a few covers. But no, Belly of the Beast is the first one he did with Byron Mann. Byron Mann was also, like I said, in A Dangerous Man, and also in Mercenary Absolution. But yeah, it's decent. It has like Seagal like doing a dim mark against someone. Someone flies like 20 feet across the room, which is ridiculous, over the top, cheesy, and again a very atypical, stereotypical, almost straight to video action plot where Seagal's daughter was kidnapped in Thailand. Obviously, he goes there to rescue his daughter. yeah, pretty much again a Taken-esque story, which, you know, I like these cheap straight-to-video actioners. I like this plot for an actioner, so it's okay. It's one I like. I like a lot, actually. That's why it's number 20. No, it's not, because Seagal, although he's in it, and they really want to push it as a Seagal film, with even including it in this Seagal box set, I don't consider it a Seagal film. That is Kurt Russell's film, and it's not a good film either. If I had included it, we already would have mentioned it by now. That's, you know, how much I don't really like that one. They changed Onion movie to News movie in the UK. Yes, that's where he played the cock puncher, which, yeah, that's not a cameo film or small role. The Onion isn't really known over here. Steven Seagal DVDs and tapes, tougher than actual Steven Seagal. Yeah, they have still held up nicely. So, it's Nico for Dave as well. Yay, Out for a Kill. Out for a Kill is dumb as Sagan, but it is watchable. It's so bad it's good. It's what that film is. The whole film sounds post-sync like a Lucio Fulci film or something. Yes. Belly of the Beast is my favorite DTV straight-to-video Seagal film. Ridiculous, but lots of fun. It is. It is. Carlos is here. Seagal is fat and Chuck Norris smashes him every damn time. Well, I will not argue there. Hey, Carlos. Spotted one, I didn't think it is the same car. I really believe it is. I believe it is. I mean, it looks awfully similar anyway. I think it is the same car. Yes, hello to Eastwood for Life fan, Carlos. Just wondering, I will move that from my list and I'm to the good ones now. Yes, we are almost at the good ones as well. If you hadn't been Kill Love and Executive Decision, I probably would have liked. I like Executive Decision up until he gets killed off, but not because he gets killed off, but because once they get on the plane, the film just really becomes boring. It's supposed to be tense, but it's boring. So it's not his departure in the film that breaks it for me. I, for one, thank you for owning every Seagal film. Thank you. Not so many, every. I thought I was the only madman that owned most of his flick. Yes. No, you're not alone. Michael Myers and Bob McCall, they're right there with me as well. They're right there with us. Next up is from 2006. Directed by Don E. Fauntleroy, who also did Today You Die. This is the one of the two. He did another one with him. He did 3 films. This is my second favorite then, in that case. This one is, where is it? Mercenary for Justice from 2005. Again, this is one I've always liked. Like, and this Steven Seagal box, this has Kill Switch, Value the Beast, Mercenary for Justice, and Out for Kill. That's where the DVDs come from in this set. Out of this set, when I first watched these films, Mercenary for Justice was actually my favorite in the set. And I guess it still is because we mentioned all the other ones in this set. I like Mercenary for Justice. Again, it's a pretty bland, generic film, but it's a good time waster. It's a good time waster. I have fun with that film as well. They go to clocks once again. Funnier still is neither Foreigner or Belly of the Beast even have a car chase. Yes. Or even that sort of car in it. Honestly, I go half past dead here, then some direct-to-video ones, then I get to the good ones, and sadly Glimmerman will be the lowest of his theatrical upper echelon. We might be similar there, we might be, I don't know for sure, I will have to peek ahead, but yeah, not much happens in ED, once they're on the plane. Yes, an Executive Decision, yes. Not a half past dead enthusiast, I was expecting more. I have it this high because still some elements I like. Something off with Chestnut Morris's performance. Oh, we have it coming up in a bit. But here's my DV again for Mercenary for Justice. Again, a bad Photoshop cover with helicopters on it. Well, to be fair, there are helicopters in this film, so at least it's not random. But yeah, Steven Seagal and Mercenary for Justice. I think Seagal delivers the line, "You live as he's dying," in Executive Decision. Oh yes. True. Deliver humor and applaudment as far as on-screen death. Yes, indeed. Let's see what's next. My favorite Keanu Waxman film. The first Keanu Waxman Steven Seagal collaboration from 2009, if I got that correct. Let me just quickly double check. Where are we? There it is. It is 2009, Keanu Waxman. My favorites, kind of like a Seagal Man on Fire bodyguard kind of film. It is The Keeper from 2009. I like this one. Again, this one harkens back in places to Hard to Kill. Like, actually, in the beginning of the film, Seagal got shot and he's in a coma, aka pretty much like Hard to Kill. Not as long as Hard to Kill. It's like a few hours or maybe a day tops that he's in a coma. But there are definitely Hard to Kill callbacks in that one. And Hard to Kill is obviously going to be a favorite of mine, so that's not a bad thing. And even the story where he's hired to protect this girl, be a bodyguard to this girl, I think it's a pretty good story and some good scenes in there, good fight scenes. I don't recall too much dubbing in this one, so that's a plus as well. So, yeah, Keeper all around a pretty damn solid film for me, in my opinion. I don't mind Half Past Dead, but would have been so much better. Yes, that is probably the biggest letdown of Half Past Dead. Keanu Waxman is Hawaiian for "Hey, the key is on Waxman." Famous Hawaiian surfing expression. I was not familiar with that actually, but okay, that's pretty cool. And here's my DVD for The Keeper. I mean, I love shotguns. I love shotguns on cover, so I'm a shotgun guy. Yeah, The Keeper, recommend for anybody who hasn't seen. Definitely one of the better straight-to-video films for Seagal. Next up is one that has now just been mentioned in the comments. From 2002, his last theatrical film up until Machete. Who directed this one, actually? Who did direct? Don Michael Paul. 2002, 4.6 on IMDb. On the Seagal scale, I give it a 6. Again, a big drawback is that it's PG-13. But this is Seagal's prison film, and it is... Where's the freaking poster for it? There it is. Half Past Dead. With Ja Rule and Morris Chestnut in it as well. Yes. Alcatraz has been reopened. It's new Alcatraz. Seagal as a undercover, was it FBI, CIA, one of the two agent, infiltrates the prison, and then pretty much it turns into Die Hard in a prison where, yeah, terrorists or criminals come in, take it over, a few hostages and stuff. So. We're getting down to the fucking nit and gritty, as Steven Seagal said in one of his films. I forget which, but The Keeper is the only Waxman that's halfway decent. Yeah, it's definitely my favorite of the Waxman films. It has an actual story instead of just meandering nonsense like Contract to Kill. Yes, I absolutely agree. The Keeper is cool. Yes, and he wears a cowboy hat again for some reason. Yes, he does. He does. Out of all of my Seagal DVDs, that one is a keeper for sure. Oh my god, now that I have clips, what does Sifu have to say about that?
It's like a monkey trying to fuck a football now, really. This whole thing, it's just a fucking mess.
I couldn't have said it better, Sifu. Don't like the Half Past Dead cover, it looks weird. Yes, like Seagal is like the smallest head on the cover. It's like Ja Rule's bigger, and then Morris Chestnut is kind of he takes center stage. Yeah, it is a 12 PG-13. That's definitely a drawback to it, but yeah. Still has some things I like in it. Let's put it that way. Always remember sitting in McDonald's across from the cinema when Half Past Dead came out. We're getting down to the fucking nit and gritty right here, guys. We have 4 straight-to-video films left, and then we go to theatrical films, and we go to the top 10 very soon. So these are going to be pretty much my favorite straight-to-video films. I think my favorite straight-to-video films started with probably Maximum Conviction, from Maximum Conviction onwards. Next up is Seagal's first straight-to-video film from the late 90s, 1998, directed by Dean Samler. It's an action thriller, has a 4.2 in IMDb. I give it a 6. It's pretty much the closest thing Seagal has done to a Western. And it is 1998's, there it is, The Patriot. Not to be confused with the Mel Gibson film, The Patriot. It's a much different film. Not a bad one. Like, again, this one, when I first watched it, I heard about it. It's Seagal's first straight. That's where it all went wrong. And I'm like, it's still actually pretty decent. It's still actually, I would still rank it among, you know, his other 90s stuff. Well, obviously, it's coming pretty damn fucking close. So, definitely one of the better straight-to-video films. Maybe because it's the first one. It still had some production quality and stuff. So, production value, I should say. By the time I found the cinema actually showing half-past that it had finished. As we approach the theatrical films, 8 is Under Siege 2, 7 is Fire and Below, 6 On Deadly Ground, 5 Above the Law, 4 Marked for Death, 3 Under Siege, 2 Out for Justice, 1 Hard to Kill. That is a very, very solid ranking right there of some great ones. We will definitely be mentioning those very, very shortly. Maybe number 2 Out for Justice, Hard to Kill. The rest, right there. You can swap them around, I guess. Yes. I think Dean Samler actually shot Dances with Wolves. He tried to. Oh, you mean he was the DP on that film? I actually do not know. You could be correct. He was definitely going for Dances with Wolves vibe with the cinematography on The Patriot. And yeah, The Patriot is a good one. Did it get released in any nation? Or was it in 10? I think it was released still theatrically. I think in Germany. I think Germany still had that theatrical. Maybe a few other territories, but then the big main ones, obviously in the US and stuff, it went straight to video. It was definitely meant to be theatrical everywhere, but yeah, that didn't happen. It's, like I said, it's just a few territories that still got it as a theatrical release. So that's number 15. Number 14, we're getting to my 3 favorite Steven Seagal straight-to-video films. And number 14, let's try Patriot DVD first, which not the greatest cover. Not the greatest cover. Next up is a film by a Dutch director from 2007. Directed by Roel Reijnen, as the Dutch way to pronounce it anyway. 2008. This one is, and it also stars Lance Henriksen in this one from Hard Targets, and a few other fantastic films that he has been in, obviously, but it's Pistol Whipped. I like this film a lot. This is Seagal, again, showing a bit more of an effort than usual. I don't think there's any dubbing in this one. I could be mistaken, but I don't remember anything dubbing-wise in this one. I think it was light on the doubles as well. So yeah, definitely one I like and definitely one I recommend. As we are on a fantastic Seagal straight-to-video one, so let's go right along to the next 2. At number 13, we have one from 2007. It's the last of the Don E. Fauntleroy films. Again, the director of Mercenary for Justice and Christ, what was the other one? Today You Die. At number 13, we have Urban Justice, aka Renegade Justice. So I'll show you quickly the DVDs for both Pistol Whipped and Renegade Justice, or Urban Justice. Again, it has different titles. I have it as Renegade Justice, and there it is as Urban Justice. And I really have a preference with that one. Title-wise, it's pretty much boils down to the same thing, doesn't it? Yeah, I think he was the DP. Might even be Oscar. I think that, I mean, Dances with Wolves is definitely an Oscar-celebrated film, so you could be right there. Patriot era might have been when the mob trial, yes, of Julius Nasso. That I think that was around that time. I think you are correct. The Patriot cover makes him look like a giant coming over the mountains. Yes, it does. Pistol Whip is good as it has an actual writer. I think the same with it, Ronan. I did not know that, but it is a fantastic one. Yes, Pistol Whip is actually one of the best Seagal straight-to-video ones for sure. That's one I will recommend to the people that have seen all the crappy straight-to-video ones. If they want a good one for a change, go for Pistol Whip. And Renegade Justice, and the next one I'm going to mention, which is my favorite of all of the straight-to-video work. Yeah, Pistol Whip is fun. Good cast. You're all seem ready to make a good movie, regardless of the flaws. Yes, that one, everybody put in effort from what I could see. So, no idea why they changed it to Renegade Justice. Oh, you guys have it as Renegade Justice as well. Okay, so it's not just here in the Netherlands then. Absolutely love Renegade Justice. Seagal back to his kick-ass best. Yes, it pretty much is. Pretty much is, yeah. And also Danny Trejo in that one as well. Good supporting cast actually in that one. So yes. Oh, one of the extras is a trailer for Spider-Man 3. Ooh, that film's gonna be great. The Patriot had the Sam Elliott lookalike. Oh yes, Al-Q Jones. Al-Q Jones from Lone Wolf and Quaid. Yes. He is a bit of a Sam Elliott lookalike, isn't he? Anyway, number 12, my favorite Steven Seagal straight-to-video film from 2005, directed by Mink. Yeah, that's literally all we got. Give this one a 7 on the Seagal scale. It is 2005's Into the Sun. This is, without doubt, for me, hands down, the best straight-to-video Seagal film. There's my DVD. Steven Seagal in Japan, taking on the Yakuza, actually giving, again, an effort for change, actually putting in a good performance, trying his best anyway. Has music by Steven Seagal in it as well. Screenplay by Steven Seagal, produced by Steven Seagal. So Seagal had a lot of fingers in the pie with this one. But for the better, because I really like Axel Wound I like as well, but that's coming up. Into the Sun, I was gonna say rather. So Into the Sun, definitely the best Seagal straight to video film. Only drawback with Renegade Justice is someone forgot to bring it is a dark film. It is a dark film, but it's I still like it. So number 11, right before we enter the top 10. Number 11 is a film. It's the last film. It's the last time we got to see Steven Seagal on the big screen, until, as of this recording. In a film by Robert Rodriguez, an all-star cast. Seagal joined as the villain, or one of the villains anyway. 2010's. This is the highest rated Seagal film, by the way, on IMDb. This literally has the highest rating of all of his films on IMDb. It is 2010's Machete. Yeah, Danny Trejo once again. So that makes about 4 collaborations with Seagal and Danny Trejo. Machete, Marked for Death was the first one. Danny Trejo will appear in Marked for Death, or did appear in Marked for Death. Force of Execution, and also in Urban Justice. So yeah. But here's the Blu-ray for Machete. Also you got Robert De Niro in this one, Don Johnson, Jessica Alba, Michelle Rodriguez, and Seagal. There he is. Appears as the villain. A lot of good fun is what Machete is. It's fun, it's silly, it's stupid, it's over the top, but it's fun. So I love Machete. We're getting to the top 10 now, so we're really getting down to it. There we go. Let's pull up a few more comments. I think you all know what the top 10 will be. Let me just collect the top 10. Let's put it here. See, you guys can't see it, so it's not spoiling. Okay, there we go. Into the Sun is like a theatrical movie. It looks that good. Great. It has good production value. It does. Into the Sun I want to like more than I need a few more fights, but it is watchable. I think it's absolutely the best of all of the straight-to-video ones. give it another chance. I would say. I think it was supposed to be a remake of the Yakuza, but they couldn't get the rights or something. That would make sense because the Yakuza is a big thing in that film. This is a better rundown than Seagal. I found that Rambo have the. Oh, I appreciate that. He has a few more subscribers than me, but I do appreciate that. It's great feedback. Yes, Machete is fun. And Seagal did play a good bad guy. Although his Spanish accent, Mexican accent, not the best. But other than that, it's great. Yeah, the Rambo Raf, yes. He did. I think I've seen that way back in the day when he did that. Yes, I think he did. Watching Pistol Whipped again later, and some of your recommendations as well, such as the Bringing Hell one. Bringing Hell. Maybe The Keeper. I think I recommend that one to you. Is there one with Hell? I can't remember. Anyway, I appreciate it. Number 10. We are exclusively dealing with films from the 90s and one from 1988 in the top 10 right here. At my number 10 is a film from 1996, directed by John Gray. This is at the point where I give these films like an 8 stars out of 10 rating on the Seagal scale. Seagal on the scale, I feel bad for the scale, but number 10 is a action comedy buddy cop crime film. It is The Glimmer Man with Steven Seagal and Keenan Ivory Wayans. And I do need a Blu-ray of this because I only have this still on the old Warner DVD. Seagal giving Keenan Ivory Wayans some powdered deer penis. And yes, as Bob McCall mentioned earlier, this is one of the films where he does get a few punches. He allows himself to get punched in this film in the final fight. It is a pretty decent buddy cop action film. I wouldn't put it on the level of Lethal Weapon or 48 Hours. Hell, or even The Last Boy Scout with a different Wayans Burr. That was Damon Wayans, wasn't it? Yeah. But it's still it's a pretty fucking decent one. Again, this is where we are in God tier Seagal films area, a region, or whatever you want to call it. So, having said that, let's move right on to number 9, which is the last theatrical. The penultimate. No, it's not the no. After this was Half Past Then and Machete. So technically, this is one of the last times Seagal was on the big screen. Anyway, in 2001, same year as Ticker. It is Seagal and DMX in Exit Wounds. And again, I give this one a solid 8 on the Seagal scale. This is a great action film. Good comedy. Tom Arnold almost steals the show in this one. Seagal has a good scene in it where in the beginning when he goes to anger management class and he sits in the desk chair thingy. And he's stuck, and it's like, he has enough of the therapy session. He's like, I want to explain something. I don't have issues. I'm a happy guy. You see this face? This is a happy face. Which you can't really tell Seagal's happy face because this is the emotion chart for Seagal. So this is all of his facial expressions. Yeah. Oh, yeah, happy right there. Okay, well, maybe that is the happy face. I gotta take the piss out of the guy every now and then. No, I like Exit Wounds. I like it better than Glimmer Man, but we're in God tier level right here. Yes, Born to Raise Hell. Yes, that's it. That's the one. Yes. See, there's so many of these films I even forget myself. Into the Sun was definitely better than a lot of what followed, and it had Dickless from Ghostbusters. I remember that. Yes, it's ringing bells again. Favorite Glimmerman scenes, or there's many. The fight scene in the parking garage thingy where he has the credit card, which has a razor played in it. A lot of the banter between him and Keen Ivory Wayans are like, oh, we take that call. No, that's suicide. We're homicide. When somebody gets pushed off a building, it's our problem. When somebody wants to jump off a building, it's not our problem, whatever the line is. But I like the interplay between him and Keen Ivory Wayans. I like the Power Deer penis bit. Seagal and the sissy beats. Which one did you just piss in? Piss in? I have not taken a piss yet. Well, I've taken a piss at Seagal, but house in that cool property might stay briefly. The house in the Glimmer. Okay, and then China made arrangements for it. Oh, that is cool. That is cool. It was a landmark and basically unlivable, but a very nice property and filmed well for the villain layer in the Glimmer Man. Yes, it was a nice property. Definitely captured well on film as well. Well, I think I just mentioned it. So Axel Wounds in the Fear was awesome. That's one I would not have minded seeing in the Fear. So yeah, I like Glimmerman more than Axel Wounds, but only saw Axel Wounds once. Okay, well that's fair enough. Uses his credit card like a goddamn Ginzu knife. Yes. Credit card part and a kill, great. Also, I like that. Yeah, the high school scenes as well. Yeah. It's from the. Okay, there you go. There you go. It has been a while since I've seen it. Might be one I will watch maybe after the stream. Anyway, so yeah, you have seen my Glimmerman DVD. I also still have Axel Wounds on DVD. I do need to upgrade both of them to Blu-ray. Next up is a film from 1994. It's Steven Seagal's directorial debut. He would never direct again after. Co-starring Michael Caine, Ollie Ermy. What's the guy's name from Scrubs? The doctor from Scrubs. I can't fucking think of his name right now. Billy Bob Thornton has a cameo in it. It is, of course, the immortal environmental action film On Deadly Ground. Yes, which I have the Spanish bootleg Blu-ray of, or grey market release Blu-ray of. Like I said, this will be coming out in Germany this month on a official release, so probably get that. But it is a good Blu-ray nonetheless. But yeah, Steven Seagal, Michael Caine, John C. McGinley. Here we go. Here's the names. Ollie Ermy, Billy Bob Thornton. Music by Basil Paul Doris, who did the fantastic Conan the Barbarian soundtrack and also did the Honor Siege 2 soundtrack. On Deadly Ground. People laugh at it. People say it is a crappy Seagal film, but I still enjoy it. I mean, definitely overall those straight-to-video films, it is the Godfather compared to the straight-to-video ones. But no, I like On Deadly Ground a hell of a lot. That building in the Glimmerman looks a lot like the one at the start of Executive Decision. I have not seen Executive Decision for a hot minute, so I will have to rewatch that so I can confirm that. I spoke to Steven Toplowski heart to heart. He admitted he exaggerated the anti-Seagal podcast interviews he did. He said he actually really enjoyed working with Seagal, so I don't always believe when they all bash him so much. Toplowski told me that was an act for attention. Okay. Okay, that's pretty cool that you got to talk to him. So, yeah, John C. McGinley, thank you. I just couldn't think of it right there, but yeah, I do love On Deadly Ground. It's probably got more action than any Seagal film. It has tons of action. Unfortunately, in the middle part, when it turns Dances with Wolves, it kind of drags, but that's the only nitpick for me. The rest of it I love. He directed a Division Quest scene with topless Eskimos. Makes sense. Yes, that's because he did direct it. I love Mark for Death as well, yes. Yeah, Joan Chen as well, the Chinese girl from Judge Dredd. She's in it, yes. I thought the last good Steven Seagal movie was Into the Sun. Yes, that is definitely the best straight-to-video one. And welcome, Kiwi at the movies. Or good morning to you, I should say. Billy Bob and Mike starred that great scene. Slap boxing was part. Yes, the hand slap game. One man leaves the circle. I miss, you get a shot. You miss, I get a shot. What does it take? What does it take to change the essence of a man? I love the ambience of Undeadly Ground. Caine and Seagal, a good scene, the camaraderie. Michael Caine made for a pretty good bad guy in that. I love Michael Caine in that film. I love the ass-making scene. Ad-making scene, yeah, with the director, who was actually Irvin Kershner, the director of Empire Strikes Back and Never Say Never Again. Fire Down Below. Yes, really. I love Fire Down Below. Yes, the ad scene. First a twig, then the whole pristine forest. Got any more suggestions? Keep them to your fucking self, alright? I need time to change, yes. I do like that scene. I know no one in their right mind will agree, but Undeadly Ground might be my favorite Seagal movie. Well, I mean, it made its way to frickin' number 8 on my list, so I consider it one of the Desert Island Seagal films anyway. If I could only take 10 Seagal films to a desert island, well, Undeadly Ground will be joining those 10 films. What does it take to change the essence of a man? So, yeah, slapping does it. $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos. Yes, Irvin Kershner is the director of the Aegis Oil advertisement shooting. Yeah, that is him. Anyway, it seems like there's a lot of love for Undeadly Ground, which is good to see because it's sort of looked upon as a trashy film by many. But I like it, and good to see some more love for it. Next up is the second of the Under Siege films. And for a while, this was my favorite Under Siege film, but now obviously I prefer the first one. But at number 7, we have Under Siege 2, Dark Territory. There's the poster for it. Which, let's see, this one is directed by Jeff Murphy, 1995. One of the conditions for Seagal to agree to do this film was that Warner Bros. Would give him full carte blanche to do Undeadly Ground. So if it wasn't for Undeadly Ground, we would not have gone Under Siege 2. So yeah, I like this film a hell of a lot. Eric Bogosian is the villain in this one. I hope I pronounced that right. And you got the guy from Heartbreak Ridge, License to Kill. Oh, what's his fucking name? Is he on the DVD? Everett McGill. Yes, Everett McGill is Morris Chestnut as well. Katherine Heigl. Score by Basil Poldors. Here's my DVD of it. I obviously also have it in the Seagal Blu-ray set, which does have all two of or both of the Under Siege films, and Hard to Kill, and Above the Law, and Executive Decision. But I still have my DVDs for the old films as well. So yeah, Under Siege 2, what can I say? It's fantastic. Undeadly Ground is awesome. I can put it really high. They were all a tie for me at times. These are all great. Yes. Fuck, these animals stink. Bring me a washcloth. No joke, the top 8 are in the top 50 of all time for me at least. Oh yeah, that is some serious stuff right there. It's a good statement. I'm not 100% sure I would do that as well, but maybe in my top 100 films of all time, maybe the best Seagal film could make it in there. And he fights Bar the Bear. Did you see the body? Assumption is the mother of all fuck-ups. Yes, Everett McGill, that's him. It would be fun to be Joan Chen in an equal with him once he recovers. If he and I had consented, of course. Yes, definitely need consent. What recovery montage you like better? Oh, Hard to Kill. I love the Hard to Kill montage, especially the music in it. I would go for Hard to Kill when it comes to that. People are, yeah, that's him, Everett McGill. Yeah, Hard to Kill. It's Hard to Kill for me as well. I think he did have a love scene with Chen, but it got cut. There's a glimpse of it in the trailer. I think you are right. I think that's one of the bits that got cut, along with 30 minutes of his speech at the end. Number 6, we have Steven Seagal's debut film from 1988. It's known as Above the Law in the US, and the European markets have it as Nico. And here's the DVD of it as Nico. And there, of course, is the Above the Law poster, the US poster. But again, it's always been Nico to me since since the VHS days, and they kept the same cover for them, so that's cool. And of course, I have it on Blu-ray and a Seagal set once again. Shit, this pile's gonna fall over again. Too many movies. Too many movies. I like Train Stop Scene. Miguel always scary. Yes, Miguel is a great bad guy in Under Siege too. What's up with him? He's scary, and my fellow Americans too. Ever Miguel. Yes. Well, he's a great bad guy. He has a great face to be a bad guy. Under Siege 2 is awesome. So much action, just pure entertainment. It is pure entertainment. Absolutely. What kind of restaurant was that he ran? Denver Metropolitan Fusion. Oh, wait. His assistant chef at the restaurant is left like... Oh, his restaurant Under Siege 2 at the beginning. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yes, he runs while Seagal's gone. I did like the line "Dances with Whiskey." Yes, Mike Starr was great in that scene. Hey, Cupcake. Remember, you got the big balls, and I'm the cupcake. Number 5 is my favorite of Seagal's environmental films. I got the Blu-ray for this one, and I still also have the old DVD for it. I do prefer it as a bit more over on Deadly Ground, but it's close. I had this originally much higher. It has come down a little bit since I did the last ranking, which was a top 10 video a few years ago. This one is from 1997, which is always a good sign because that's the year that yours truly was produced and born as well. It is Fire Down Below from 1997 with Steven Seagal, Marge Helgenberger, Chris Christopherson, may he rest in peace, Stephen Lang, who else was in this? Harry Dean Stanton. Yeah, pretty great film. Great cinematography in this one. Great music. Great country music. This actually is On Deadly Ground Part 2 in Spain. This title translates to On Deadly Ground Part 2 on the Spanish Blu-ray. It has nothing to do with On Deadly Ground other than the fact that it's also another environmental awareness sort of film. And great kick-ass action film. Here's my DVD that I still have. I love this one. I don't care what anyone says. I love this one. I think Seagal does a good job with the acting in this one. I think he has good chemistry with Marge Helgenberger. I do like her anyway. Yeah, good action scenes, great soundtrack, great supporting cast. For me, it's a winner. It's an absolute winner for me. Oh wait. The train's rocking and grabbing my style. Usually I go with yes when he's whisking the yeah. Under Siege 2, yes. Chestnut do good as a train boy. Yes, he did a good job in this one. Who is this fucking cherry? Oh yeah, that was Above the Law. Yes, that was. Oh yeah, the great. I didn't even mention the villain for Above the Law. Fucking Henry Silva. He's amazing. Nico. Yes, Nico. My number 1, a fight every 15 minutes. Oh, that's Nico. Oh yeah, Fire Down Below. Yes. Fire Down Below has a lot of fighting scenes and great action, so yeah. And yeah, Above the Law is great, aka Nico. Used to watch from Chapter 5 on DVD because I skipped the Vietnam scene, etc. I love the Chicago scene. Yes, it is a great Chicago set movie. It is. You could do a great double feature of Code of Silence with Chuck Norris and Above the Law or Nico with Seagal. That would make for a fantastic double feature. Both are Chicago set. Both are the same director. Both have the same villain. So. Fire Down Below was another one that was cut down. In one of the trailers, you can see the gap. Yes, that has a lot of scenes. Cut. Sadly, Fire Down Below, but it's a great one. And I freaking love Pam Grier, one of my favorite leading ladies in all of cinema. I love Pam Grier. I have a huge crush on Pam Grier. She was great, and then Sharon Stone as well. I mean, Above the Law, Nico had a great cast as well as Fire Down Below and. The next one we're going to mention as well. Nice segue. Oh, wait. I skipped a few. Nice soothing ointment, rubbing on the hole that hurts the most. Yes. Seagal has some great lines in it as well. In Fire Down Below. Henry Silva as Eli Voorhees would have been cool. Henry Silva, I always love seeing. He's another one of my favorite sort of character actors, villain actors. He usually was the villain. So yes, and he did die not too long ago, and he was pretty old. Yes, he made it to a good ripe old age. Yeah, Marge does a great job in Fire Down Below. I agree. Yes, I agree. I remember him from Sharky's Machine. Which one is that? Henry Silva? Is that Henry Silva? She wants to make a honest living. The town does not trust her. Yes, I like her character in that one. I like the story. It's just a simple story about simple people, you know. I like it. Code of Silence is like an Above the Law prequel. Yes, that's how I've always viewed it. Like I said, they make for a great double feature. So. We got the Above the Law title over here. Got the same Blu-ray set as you. Yes, in the Blu-ray set, they actually do refer to both titles, Nico and Above the Law. So, yeah, it's got both titles there. Fire Down Below casino scene. Yes, I love that bit. He just strolls in there while a great song by Travis Tritt is playing. Fantastic. I love the ending of Fire Down Below. Also, truck unloading scene great. Fire Down Below scenes rank really high. Yes, like I said, it's a definite favorite for me. It used to be my number 3, so it has dropped from number 3 to where has it dropped? Where are we at anyway? It has dropped from my number 3 to number 5. So, but still not all too bad. And let's go to number 4 because this is another big one. His biggest success, the biggest moneymaker in Seagal's career, 1992. This one has another fantastic cast. It has Erika Leniak, Tommy Lee Jones, and Gary Busey. This is the original, and for me the best nowadays, Under Siege. The very first Under Siege, directed by Andrew Davis, who did Nico, aka Above the Law once again. I don't know, fantastic action film. Great lines, great villains, great cake scene, as Professor Macabro so eloquently put it earlier. Yes, Under Siege. I'm going to make a new pile in case that one falls over again. So that's my number 4 is Under Siege. Yeah, Seagal going to paint the houses and help the boy. That was a good scene. I think it's the one where he tries the most in terms of acting. I think it's where he puts in his best performance, maybe. Sharky's Machine has Burt Reynolds. He shoots Silva out of a 50-story window. Yes, I do know it's a Burt Reynolds film. I actually haven't seen it. That's one Burt Reynolds film that is on my list, though. I do want to see that one. Yeah, Fixing the Porch as well, yes. Under Siege is so much fun to watch over and over. Yes, that's definitely one I can watch over and over. One of the better Die Hard situation rip-offs, you know, where Die Hard, obviously, you got Die Hard in a Mountain, which is Cliffhanger. You got Die Hard in a High School, which is Detention with Dolph Lundgren. You got High School in the Hockey Stadium, which is Sudden Death. This one is Die Hard on a boat, obviously. It's one of the better ones. I love Under Siege. Busey having a blast is, yes, Miss July 89, the fake one. Highest ranking. Oh, who's the highest ranking officer in this room? Yes, that scene. It's not a job. It's an adventure. Fire Down Below credit sequence, Richards, Masu and others. Yes, those scenes were cut as well. Those scenes were the pretty much the opening montage of Fire Down Below. It was pretty much supposed to be the original first 20 minutes of the film, but they cut it down to like a 4-minute montage. And it is, I think, the only film that is actually rated fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. The only Seagal film with a fresh rating. I think I'm correct in saying that. But yes, this one was actually liked by the critics, was Under Siege, yes. I like his cooking and rapport with cooks in this. I wanted more than Under Siege 2. The Siege happens quick in the train, but still a good cook and skills in close quarters. Yeah, but when he makes that little bomb in Under Siege 2, that's some good skills. It's weird how they put loads of money into the action scenes and just got them. Yes, because Fire Down Below had a pretty fucking high budget too. Yes, and that's why it was a big flop, because it didn't make any of it back. Anyway, we're getting to the top 3 now, I think, because Under Siege is number 4. Under Siege is number 4. Let's go to the top 3. This one is Steven Seagal's second film from the year 1990, the year of our Lord 1990. This one co-stars his wife at the time, Kelly LeBrock, and it's just a pretty kick-ass revenge film. This was originally supposed to be called The 7-Year Storm. I wish it was called The 7-Year Storm. That's a pretty cool title, because Steven Seagal's character in this one is probably my favorite character name, Mason fucking Storm. As much as I like Casey fucking Ryback, Mason Storm is probably my favorite character name for Seagal. But it is not Under Siege, Hard to Kill. Steven Seagal is hard to kill as Mason Storm. This is another one. I think this one has a lot of deleted scenes that you can see a few bits and pieces of in the trailer for it. But as it is, I think it's a kick-ass film. The inspiration for Kill Bill, maybe, with the coma bit. Maybe Tarantino was a little bit inspired by the Seagal flick. I think Tarantino had different influences as well, definitely for Kill Bill, but maybe this was one of them. You never know, but I love Hard to Kill. I freaking love it. The music, probably my favorite Seagal soundtrack in Hard to Kill. The Michael David Frank score is pretty great. I feel bad for the bozo guarding the frozen bit. Yes. Get my pies out of the oven. You got shit for brains, private. Yeah, tell the cat he's spilling my soup. Yes. Hard to Kill. The ranch scenes are epic. Yes. Nicely shot as well. Hard to Kill was the first Seagal movie I ever saw. It probably was one of the first ones for me as well. I can't actually remember what my first one was. It might have been Hard to Kill. I can't actually pin it down which one was the first, but it might have been this one. What is he looking for? The feast on the ship? I forget. The feast on the ship. Yeah, the pies at the oven. I think that's what you're referring to. Forrest Taft versus Mason Storm. Who wins? Well, Mason Storm got blown into a coma by a shotgun blast and a few pistol. Well, no, I think 2 shotgun blasts. Well, there was no pistol. That's he got shotgun down. So I've not seen Forrest Taft get up from a shotgun blast to the chest. So the high-ranking chap asked for something. I do not recall. I do not recall. Whatever it is, I don't want him to get an hour order. An hour order? Yeah, the assassin in the hospital. Oh, yeah, that's a Kelly LeBrock line. I recognize that line. You got so much to live for. Please wake up. Would you like a little pussy, JD? Just a little bit of pussy. Yeah, apparently Sal originally got impaled. Yes, and he got like burned and stuff. Yes, and Seagal said, "Take that to the bank." That was supposed to be the final zinger, which would have been cool because that would harken back to that, take you to the bank line, the blood bank. Sadler, yes, got on fire. They have changed that. Can't cap a coma, dude. Yes. If you can't cap a dude in a coma, you probably shouldn't be a pro capper. Yes, you are correct. Please wake up. You can take that to the bank, a great line. It's both a great line and it's kind of a like nonsensical line, but I still like it. I still like that line. I like when she lifts. Yes. I'm pretty sure Seagal wrote that scene. Forrest survived the bomb. Oh, well, I forgot about that. I guess I choose him plus the topless Eskimos. But Kelly, I will take Hard to Kill just for Kelly any day. I'm not going to make the ballet when I take it away. An hour older. Okay, that makes more sense. So yeah, Hard to Kill at number 3. I think you all know what number 2 and number 1 will be. I think all of you know what my number 1 is, so it's no surprise for what is left then for number 2. But this is another film from 1990. This is the only film in the 90s, except for The Patriot, that was not a Warner Brothers film. This one's by 20th Century Fox, so it scares me to think that this is now a Disney film. Oh yeah, here's my Hard to Kill DVD, by the way. I forgot to show it once again, but there it is. Never was a fan of that poster, because you can see the lines cut out around it. Aside from that, great film. 1990. John Hatcher is the character. Dwight H. Little is the director for the film. It also has Danielle Harris from Halloween 4 and 5, among other films, obviously. Jesus, who else is in this? Basil Wallace as Screwface, the great villain Screwface. Keith David. It is the awesome, immortal classic Marked for Death, which... is there a film more awesome than this one? Well, okay, there's one more for me, but this one is about as awesome as it fucking gets right there. It's Marked for Death. The White Boy Hatcher. I know you guys are going to hit me with the quotes for sure. Yeah, you got so many great quotes. One thought he was invincible, the other thought he could fly. Well, they were both wrong. I'm a made fucking man. God made man. So many fucking great quotes in this one. So many great moments, so many great lines, so many great action sequences. Classic. An action classic. This one is about as close as it gets to perfection. I mean, there's one more, like I said, but I fucking love Marked for Death. It's so amazing. Memorable politician line. No wonder it sticks in his craw. And oh yeah, in a coma. Marked for Death, yay! Oh, I think I'll pop that on after this. Although I'm also overdue for a Glimmerman rewatch, so maybe I'll do a double feature after this. October release, huge. Yes, Marked for Death was huge. It is on Disney Plus. Marked for Death, yes. Yeah, I love Richie. Like I said, William Forsythe and Out for Justice. But Basil Wallace is Screwface, man, especially since there's two of them, you know, spoilers. Fantastic. No doubt in the top two villains, yes. And I'm not just being sarcastic when I say that, too. I literally mean it. It is a fucking classic to me. It's Marked for Death, yes. I'm not being facetious when I say that. I literally mean that. I used to have a few of those Dutch red DVDs back when the UK released were all cut to base. Ah, cool, yes. Yeah, like I said, even the VHS used those red designs. It was like the Warner Brothers thing for action films and for Seagal films. So, that's cool. Nästa day, we'll do it. The White Boy Hatcher. I want Hatcher dead. I want his family dead. If you can't kill him, I'll go kill him. And then I'll go kill you. Yeah, I love Screwface. Hope they weren't triplets. Where would you rank Joanna Pakula? I've never been able to pronounce Pakula. Yeah, among the women. Seagal co-stars. Okay. I think Kelly LeBrock is my favorite of the female co-stars. Obviously, I like Sharon Stone and Pam Grier and Nico as well. Obviously, Erica Lania gets a mention. I think maybe after those ones I mentioned, I would probably rank her. But she plays a sister in the film, doesn't she? So not really a love interest, but or was she the girl with the glasses? The one that I don't remember, but would love to see Marked for Death uncut. Yes, that is another one I got shredded for the R rating. It's still pretty fucking brutal. I mean, Seagal breaking arms in the shopping mall. It's one of my favorite scenes. After that cool car chase, when Seagal's in that big, what is it, the big Jeep, Land Rover kind of vehicle, whatever it is. No, it's a Dodge, isn't it? Like a big Dodge Ram or whatever. Big car anyway. Gershon. I like Gershon as well in Out for Justice. Gina Gershon, yes. Totally agree with you. One of the most memorable movies ever made. Can't imagine someone seeing it or forgetting. Yes, it's freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing. It's like for in the credit, but she's barely in the film. She was in a good horror film called The Kiss, which I have not seen, so might have to check that one out. Yes, the Nesta Dead scene, yeah. Me and my dad quote that scene all the time. That's one of the scenes me and my dad quote. We always, out of the blue, we just go, Nesta Dead, we'll do it, the White Boy Hatcher. Dracula, it does rhyme with Dracula. Separates people from Seagal fans or haters. If you see this and you don't think he's great and the action movie is great, yes. Even if you don't like Seagal, if somebody sees this, you got to be at least honest and say this is a fucking kick-ass action film, even if you don't like Seagal. Personal Bond has an agenda. Awesome movie in all ways. It is. And it has a great cast. Even Dr. Silberman from Terminator 1 and 2 makes an appearance as a doctor. I want you to treat this girl like she's the president of the United States. We treat all our people like the president of the United States, man. Don't check the kids. Okay, I won't then. I trust Bob McCall's opinion. So, although he didn't like the quest, I think. So, Sean Penn was at the Ringer podcast a couple of years ago. He said he was a Seagal fan and had that cut out of the interview. Oh, Sean Penn. Okay, I did not know that. You do see her in all her glory in the kids. So, oh, tempting, tempting. Anyway, let's just reveal the number one, as you all know what it is. Oh, here's my Blu-ray for Mark for Death, by the way, which is the German one. And I also have the DVD of it. So, yeah, my old DVD, which is the original. Well, it's the same cover. It's pretty much the same cover, yeah. Yeah, Mark for Death, awesome. My number one, I made it no secret. Let's just get this over with so I can go for another smoke. My number one is John Flynn's Out for Justice, which again was originally supposed to be called The Price of Our Blood, but they changed it to Out for Justice to better fit with the more typical Seagal titles, which at that time were Above the Law, Hard to Kill, and Mark for Death. So this is my favorite, although it could change with Mark for Death any day. Just like Bloodsport could interchange with Kickboxer, I think they're both pretty much equally awesome. But it's just Out for Justice. It's just one I can watch anytime, just like Mark for Death. But yeah, Spanish Blu-ray, an old Dutch DVD. Yeah, yo fuck nuts. You know, when I first heard that, I went around saying yo fuck nuts to everyone. Which he said at the end when he kicks the guy who threw the puppy out of the window of the car. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody know about Richie the Bobby Lupo? We all know that bit. I mean, kick-ass action scene, the butcher shop scene is one of my favorite fight scenes of a Seagal film, where he, sticks the meat cleaver in one guy's hand and stuff, and the pool, the barroom brawl, with the pool table and the pool cubes and the pool stakes and stuff. And especially that stick fight is pretty cool. But that whole fight scene in the bar, during the whole, anybody seen Richie bit, that's my favorite fight scene in all of Seagal films. Like Mark for Death with the Screwface fight and the I guess jewelry store fight or shopping mall fight, whatever it was. Like I said, after car chase, that comes close. But it is the pool room, barroom brawl. That is my favorite Seagal scene, my favorite Seagal fight scene of all of them. Especially with like I said, with the stick fighting against, I think that's Danny Inosanti, who was Bruce Lee's teacher or one of Bruce Lee's friends, I forget which, but there was a Bruce Lee connection there. Yeah, that's a great scene. And obviously you got a great cast. William Forsythe as a menacing and threatening villain as Richie Madano. You got the great Jerry Orbach in there from Law and Order as a police captain. Just give me an unmarked unit and a shotgun, all right? Gina Gershon, man, so many great actors in this film. Out for Justice is fantastic. Like it just that bit more than Mark for Death, but like I said, it's close. It's really fucking close. Oh shit, where was I? Oh yeah, and The Kiss, yes. Edward Norton is a fan. I had nice things to say about it. I think I have seen it. Was that the Joe Rogan interview? I think that was. Oh, he does like the Quest. I'm like, okay. I take that back then. Michael Myers is the opposite. He likes No Other One, but not the Quest. Okay, so I might have confused Michael Myers and Mr. McCall. So the reason a lot of people can relate more to Seagal was that before he started pretending he was some foreigner, he was the ultimate American bad. Well, it started even with his first few films, because in Nico he's Italian American, which he does not have Italian heritage. So even in literally in his first film, he was already pretending to be, a different nationality or different, ethnicity and stuff. But yeah, still he was an American badass, pretty much, yeah. The Price of Our Blood is a great. Yes, I would have preferred that. As much as I love Out for Justice, and God knows I do, both the film and the title, I would have preferred maybe if it was Price of Our Blood, which makes sense because it also deals with the mafia and so. And that's another film. A lot of stuff got cut. That's why there's a big montage in the middle of the film. That No Sleep Till Brooklyn. No, it's not that song. It's a different song. But that's why the montage. You know he's not here because he's chicken shit fucking pussy asshole. Yeah, Seagal at his brutal best for me. Mark for that is Sparkstone favorite. Followed by Hard to Kill, but this one's great as well. Bar scene's great. Richie's a mad toddler in the fight. Yes. I'm out of bullets. What are you gonna do? You gonna arrest me? I'm out of bullets. That's so bad, because those bullets gonna save you some fucking pain. Yes, Out for Justice. For Shive, do this. Dick Tracy. Yeah, at Flat Top. Yeah, Pacino was definitely, literally, the big boy in that film. Great Richie. Yeah, Villain. Ultimate Revenge. It's a great film. Cut him a new ass. Yes, I do like Dick Tracy, by the way. That's a great film. Cut him a new ass line. Seagal said this was his favorite of his film. I think it was either this or Fire Down, but Seagal also had a soft spot for Fire Down Below. I think he said in one interview. So, Pimp at the beginning, he probably shouldn't have intervened. Nice, he did, but it had repercussions. Love fun. Yes, that is a great opening shot. The pimp goes for the windshield. Seagal steps in the frame. Out for Justice. You know, great title shot. You know. I think Sticks. Yeah, Sticks from the Pullos. And Sharky's Machine as well. Okay. He cuts off one of Bert's fingers. Ooh, I definitely have to see that film. Been hearing great things about it. Time for a smoke. Regarding Mr. Norn, yes. Sean Penn has gone up in my estimation. I like Sean Penn. That is an American. That's why people like him. He's an hyphen American. Everyone here. Yes. There ain't nobody upstairs. There we go. Yes, so many great lines in Out for Justice. Start out that all of his films would have 3-word titles. Yes, it's very rare that there's more than 3 words, or even less. Like a few examples of Laz's Exit Wounds and Kill Switch, those are just 2 words. But it's very rare that you have more than 3 words for a Seagal title. Being in the States, Van Damme was looked at as the other, and Seagal, regardless of what kind of a yes, Van Damme obviously is the foreigner, with the accent. So he's fast talking with a fake accent, no real accent. So he made them one. Well, yes, his Brooklyn accent in Out for Justice is a bit dodgy. I will admit that. I will admit that. Yes. That's another factor why I fucking love Out for Justice so much, is that opening shot there with the title. Yeah. African Americans. Yes, which is ironic. African Americans loved Mark for Death, even though he's beating up, black people in that film pretty much, but they still loved it. A lot of black audiences went to see Mark for Death, and they loved it. So, Out for Justice, butcher shop scene. Yes, I fucking love. Again, that's one of my favorite bits. Absolutely one of my favorite bits. Every time he asked, he seems to say a different film. He also said Attrition in that Scott Adkins interview, I think. So yeah, which Attrition, like I said, is a decent one. Yeah, that's the butcher shop one. That is a good scene. This director did Rolling Thunder with Tommy Lee Jones. I have seen that one. If that's referring to the director of Out for Justice, he also did one of my favorite Sylvester Stallone films, which is Lock Up. Yes, but I have seen Rolling Thunder. It's Birds Dirty Eye. Yes, I definitely have to see it. Like the way that guy keeps getting shoved in the phone box. Yes, that is very, very funny. That is good slapstick. Yes, he did do Lock Up. That's John Flynn. Yes, he did Lock Up. I remember people booing Van Damme Double Impact when they would talk, and African American Man in Cinema bellowed, "Neither of you talk good." That's funny. Rolling Thunder's pretty good. I discovered pretty recently. Yeah, it is a good film. It is a good film. I love his Out for Justice stuff was taken. The beret. Yes, that is a cool look for him, I will admit. Shut up about the fucking mouse. Would love a Richie prequel with the Steven Seagal character before all this happened with a young Bobby Lupo. Yeah, the one with the nipples you can dial a phone with. Yeah, I love Out for Justice. Bobby Lupo earliest. You also got an early appearance from, he's already done quite a few films, but Dominic Chianese, who plays Richie's father, Uncle Junior from The Sopranos, he's also in there. Great cast in Out for Justice. So yeah, let's do a recap while we're at it. So we had 48 films in total. Let's go back to the crappy land right here for a bit. Attack Force, The Absolute Worst, followed by Kill Switch, then Submerged, then The Foreigner, General Commander, The Perfect Weapon, Cartels, Killing Salazar is also the title for Contract to Kill, Code of Honor, Sniper Special Ops, The Asian Connection, Beyond the Law, End of a Gun. Oh wait, that's actually 4 words right there. Well, technically. Absolution, Mercenary Absolution, Out of Reach, Flight of Fury, Force of Execution. Oh, that's 4 words. Born to Raise Hell. A Dangerous Man. That's number 30, by the way. Black Dawn at 29. Against the Dark, 28. Patrician at number 5. That's a 1-word title. That's rare. That's rare for Seagal. A Good Man. Today You Die. Ticker at 24. Another 1-word one. Maximum Conviction. Shadow Man. Driven to Kill. Out for a Kill at number 20. Belly of the Beast. Oh, that's 4 words as well. At number 19. Mercenary for Justice at number 18. The Keeper at 17. Half Past That at 16. The Patriot at 15. Pistol Whipped at 14. Urban Justice at 13. Into the Sun at 12. Machete at 11. The Glimmerman at 10. Exit Wounds at 9. On Deadly Ground at 8. Honor Siege 2 Dark Territory. Maybe that's the longest Seagal title if you add the Dark Territory bit. At 7. Above the Law, Nico at 6. Fire Down Below at 5. Under Siege at 4. Hard to Kill at number 3. Mark for Death number 2. And Out for Justice, obviously the clear winner at numero uno. Yes. Let's just play a Richie bit again because why not? Let's throw a bit from Out for Justice.
Anybody see Richie? Fuck you. Anybody know why Richie did Bobby Lupo?
Watch the film to find out why. Yes, I fucking love it. Well, he was a dirty cop, so oh yeah, there you go. Yes, he was cheating, I think, and dirty cop, yes. So, oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, Leguizamo is in Out for Justice for a bit. There we go. Finish the cigarette. We're about to finish the stream as well. Thank you. Glad you liked the list. The first 10 were easy because I hate them, so they were obviously at the bottom. After that, it became a bit more trickier to put it together. So the top 10 was easy. Just take his 90s stuff. Hi, Sean is here. Sean McManus. I just had a recap, so I hope you caught that. But we did not get to the Saturday Night Live thing. So is that the worst on-screen road rage ever? Well, when he a few blocks over, he did another woman, random. Yeah, probably. Richie's mate don't want to do their time road. Yes, yeah, they're scared and stuff, right? Yeah. No. This SNL performance off the charts, it was just that good. Well, I would not agree with that. Myers gets it. What movie that he was not a villain in, or not in, should he have been a villain in, providing you could choose for him and they take him and he accepts? I think pretty much all of his villain roles are good for him. I mean, especially Machete. Machete's my favorite, where he's the villain. I think he could have been a mean villain in again, like I said, yeah, Demolition Man. I think they had Seagal was supposed to be the Stallone role in Demolition Man, and Van Damme was supposed to be the Snipes. I think reverse that, have Van Damme as the hero and Seagal as the villain. I think he could have done a good villain in Demolition Man, maybe. But yeah, well, that's so good. Awesomeness, to be fair, mine would be pretty similar. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of similarities. Some I like more than you, some you like more than me. So there's always going to be differences. But yeah, can you do the scene where he talks to Orbach about going after Richie? I don't remember it off the top of my head by heart. I should, because I've watched this film so many times. But I do remember a line. Obviously, like I said, you know, all I need is a fucking give me a shotgun and an unmarked, unmarked unit, unmarked car. I remember that bit. No, because it's not as much as they want to push it as a Seagal film. Again, by having it in the Seagal collection, it's not a fucking Seagal film. It's a more of a cameo. The posters and presentation were cool to see. Yeah, thank you. Always do put a bit of effort into these. Remember magazine review for Alfred Justice, which has the pic of Seagal in his beret and the caption Alfred Justice in silly hats. In for silly hats. Okay. This is what happens when you pollute the planet. Yeah, that's in the SNL bit. I have seen that. Final scenes thread. What kind of building is that they were fighting at the end of Alfred Justice? I don't know what it was, but it was like a very sleazy apartment kind of thingy. Yeah. Oh, a Rush Hour 3. Well, that's not the best Rush Hour film by any means, but maybe that could have been interesting. Sam Shepard was miscast in Swordfish. Would have preferred Seagal. Is that what Travolta and Halle Berry? I haven't seen that for a minute, but yes, he was offered Expendables, but his ego wouldn't allow it. I think he was on the maybe Eric Roberts role. Maybe, I don't know. There's this bit in this SNL fight where he flings a guy very painfully through a door. Yes, I think he brought in his own stunt team on that SNL bit. Yeah, Robert Lasardo, he was in both Alfred Justice and Hard to Kill. That is very true. He's one of the robbers in the convenience store scene in the opening of Hard to Kill. Shotgun and unmarked car, yeah, that's it. Awesome, I love that line. Alfred Justice should have been called an Unmarked and Shotgun. Oh, that would have been a cool title as well. Well, check out Fire Down Below. Not sure if I've seen it or not. Oh, yeah, you definitely do. It's very underrated. It's probably the most underrated Seagal film for me. Fair play again for watching them all. Oh, it wasn't easy. but I made it. Walking into the Bobby Lupo scene bar was awesome. What a great job in that scene. Yeah, like I said, that's for me Seagal is most badass. I think Warner Brothers did consider him for Batman, yes, because that was right after, obviously, Above the Law was a big success. He was already Warner Brothers' big boy at that point. Obviously, his first debut film was a big success right at the gate, so he was hot property in the late 80s, early 90s. I think he was on the short list. Would you have liked to the wise talking part in any of his movies, such as Alfred Justice, that teams up after Bobby Lupo dies? Well, like I said, I mean, I like the body cop thing and Glimmer Man, so I think that maybe is as close as we get to a wise talking partner. Yeah, Brian. Yeah, and I Come in Peace, Dark Angel. yeah, like I said, it's Glimmerman. That's pretty much the Seagal buddy cop film. So yeah, I will. I would say Glimmerman is that one. Batman. Wow, Seagal tone. That would have been pretty. I don't think he has a chin for it. I don't think he has a chin for Batman. Would be interesting. Would be interesting. I feel like Out for Justice had to be Seagal as a lone wolf kind of guy. Partner would have spoiled it. Yeah, he would not have needed a partner in Out for Justice. That is definitely a one-man show. It's kind of it's ironic that's the best Seagal, because it's also where pretty much started with him being the invulnerable, invincible, one-man army. So in a way, it's the greatest, but it's also the start of the downfall in a way, because that's where, because like I said, in Nico Above the Law, he got damaged. He got hit and bruised up and stuff, and Hard to Kill, he got shot into a coma. Mark for Death, he takes a few punches, and Out for Justice, he does get shot, but it's already, he's invincible. He doesn't fucking feel a thing. So he would have a deer part powder. Yeah, power deer penis utility belt. There's a pic of the Dark Angel villain in the Glimmerman police station. Oh, Matthias Hughes. Okay. I will have to rewatch it and check that out to see that for myself. But I think this is about the point where we are going to wrap this up. So thank you so much to all that watched live and commented, especially all the fantastic comments that came in. We made it through 48 Steven Seagal films. Let's see. Let's do the first 10 or so is definitely the bottom of the barrel for me. From number 34 onwards, Out of Reach, they get progressively better for me. And they start getting really good once we get to Maximum Conviction. And then they get great once we get to Glimmerman. Or, well, let's say once we get to Machete. And then, like I said, Into the Sun and Pistol Whips, those are just the best of these straight-to-video ones for me. So yeah, overall, there's a lot of films to dislike in his career. There's also a lot of films to like, and there's quite a bit of films to love in his career. So Seagal would have been a good Jason Voorhees. Yes, he definitely has the invincible part down to a T. So this should be fun. Seagal skins down, comes back in his partner or something. Edward Norton, Sean Penn, and him team up. Ooh, what do you cast them in? Oh, Slim's down. Slim's down. Maybe a gangster film. Maybe. DMX held his own against Seagal in Exit Wounds. I think he did a good job in Exit Wounds. Yes. Slim's down. I got that. Penn, Norton, Seagal, heist movie. Oh wait, I should put up the count. Yeah, heist movie or gangster movie. One of the two, I would say. We made it through Legendary Stream, Jeff. Take it easy. Yes, take it easy, Michael Myers. Thank you for tuning in. I know this was definitely the one you were waiting for. Soon will be an Attack Force watch party. I will have to suffer through it again, but political movie, yeah, maybe. But I would say gangster movie. Anyway, thank you, Stacy. Yeah, gangster movie, good idea, thanks. Yes, thank you so much for tuning in and providing some wonderful comments. Thank you, Bob McCall. Thank you, Sparkstron. Let's see, what else do we have here? Sean McManus. What else do we have? Let me scroll back a bit. Kiwi at the Movies. Yes, Kiwi at the Movies. Thank you. Video Tasties and Larry, Howard Cat Dad, and also Alucard were here at the beginning. I think Gareth and Al are live right now doing a watch party, so see if they're still live. I think maybe they might have wrapped up by now, but anyway, thank you all so much. We'll play out again on the Steven Seagal montage of some action bits, and we'll see you all very soon. Well, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, for Arnold Schwarzenegger, we're going to rank every Schwarzenegger film. Oh yes, I forgot about Professor Macabre, who was also here. Yes, take care, Professor. And yes, tomorrow it will be Arnold, so I might do a method acting thing and do the whole thing in Arnold's voice. Maybe. We will see. Anyway, we'll see you all soon. Let's play the montage once again. of Steven Seagal, and we'll see you tomorrow for Arnold. I'll have to put an Arnold montage together, so that's going to be fun. So we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Take care and keep punching.
The People's candidate, Senator Vernon Trent, promises no new taxes.
You can take that to the bank.
Money now and a lot more when I get in that office. I can take that to the bank.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent.